Yikes. What's up, wrestling fans? I'm Joe Cronin. This is the Joe Cronin Show post Monday Night Raw review for August 1st, 2022. Almost 10 years of these Raw reviews live after Monday Night Raw. I gotta be honest, this was a bit of a letdown, especially the second half of this show tonight. It did start much better, and it just started devolving from there. You know, one thing I noticed about this show tonight, I will say 100%, is that the wrestling at the beginning especially was better. You know, it really was. It was a bit better. It did surprise me a little bit with how it began, you know, with the women beginning sort of with a, as you would expect, promo from Becky Lynch to start this thing up. Give me a few seconds here. We're just going to get everything rolling here on the channel. It's great to be here. Yeah, this last hour was a killer. So, again, this did not feel like what we wanted, which was to, you know, Triple H to stand in the middle of the ring and say, "Welcome to the new era," or something like that. And we did not get that. That is not what we got. It was hyped up that was happening. There were all these major good things happening. So what I got out of tonight, I can tell you what happened now. I now know exactly what happened based on the changes I see that happened. Triple H decided to add a couple of wrestling elements to the show, which were better. And then the rest of the show went on as they had planned for post-SummerSlam. So I want to say about 75% of this show was booked how Vince was going to book it. And about 25% of it was really worked up pretty well by Triple H. Most of that being the United States Championship situation with Tommaso Ciampa and AJ Styles, the culmination of their match tonight. But you know, again, we have the same old problem, man, and I don't know how many other people.
You raised a piece of shit.
Oh.
The other guy broadcaster has a weird name called BC Amplified. I like your show, but did you like the show, or if you seen it yet? Ric Flair last match.
I don't know what you just said. A whole bunch of different things there. What? There's a weird guy that likes your show. Did you see Ric Flair's last match? Yeah, we did a review on it last night, Allison. Actually, my Ric Flair's last match got more views than my SummerSlam review almost, I believe. Let me go take a look at it real quick. Yeah, take a look at my at Ric Flair's last match versus actually it got more views than SummerSlam. Look at SummerSlam and Ric Flair's last match, guys. Ric Flair's last match is doing better than SummerSlam. That's crazy. Dude, if anybody who questioned why are you covering Ric Flair's last match, you know, because there were a few people that they were like, why are you covering this? Well, now you can see why I'm covering it more than anything. It did better than SummerSlam. Thank you, Allison Tuckwap. Very much. Thank you for that. Was it $5 coming in? $10. $10 from Allison. Allison, you're the best. What a way to start the show with a nice super chat from Allison. Especially with how Raw, man, was a bit... You know, there were things about the show that were better tonight. They felt better.
Shit, bum!
But there were other things that felt the same.
I don't want to hear a damn thing from Triple H or NXT marks. Again, slight changes, not much different. Best thing, EO. Ciampa gonna give up his spot to Miz.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I can't... Alex Oli, thank you for becoming a $5 ship. I cannot get interested in anything AJ Styles does. Once again, AJ Styles doesn't care. He doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't care. What you have to understand is AJ Styles went to Vince McMahon when he was the world champion. When AJ Styles was the world champion, he went to Vince McMahon and he said, Vince, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, I just want to do I want to be at home with my family. I want to go on Twitch. And that's all I want to do. And Vince McMahon was like, you guys remember AJ Styles was the guy in WWE. AJ Styles could fill in the Cody Rhodes role, but AJ Styles is damaged goods. I'm damaged goods. Stabbing Westward song. Chris Hall has cancer, by the way. My favorite singer of all time. It's awful. Hope he's going to be okay by Christmas, but it's throat cancer. AJ Styles doesn't want to be there. And you guys have heard me say this over the past year to 2 years. I don't like AJ Styles matches anymore because he always loses. He's just there to be a name and a body. And they treat him that way because he really doesn't want to be there. He's just there for a paycheck and wants to go home with his family and go on Twitch and play video games with his kids and whatever. AJ Styles doesn't want to be a leader, doesn't want to be maybe he wants to be a bit of a leader, but he doesn't want to be the guy, right? He can't win. He will never win the world title, really, unless he wants to again. And the United States title, nope, because he just loses every time because he's just there to help put other people over with good matches. But it's so obvious that I can't even get into his matches at all. I'm sorry, maybe other people can. I can't get into AJ Styles matches at all. All I can think is, man, this guy don't want to be here. Or he's just, this guy doesn't want to be the guy. Like, I know that, so I can't overlook it. I know the guy doesn't want to be the guy. It would be like one of the Stranger Things actors or a Star Wars actor. Or it's almost like when the Game of Thrones showrunners are like, hey, we're going to be doing Star Wars soon. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. And then they get asked by George R.R. Martin, hey, can you make 3 more seasons or 2 more seasons or at least 1 more season of Game of Thrones? And they're like, no, we got to get to Star Wars. And then the last season of Game of Thrones is a pile of turd. And you wonder why it's a pile of turd? No, I don't wonder why. They wanted to go do Star Wars. They didn't care about this anymore. Just like AJ Styles doesn't care about this anymore. Plus, according to CM Punk, AJ Styles is a racist. So why would anyone want to see AJ Styles when AJ Styles is a racist, according to CM Punk? Why would you want to see him? Just like Bill Bahati going up to Sean Ross Sapp at a convention. You're a racist. You're a homophobe, right? Bill Bahati, you're a racist and a homophobe because Sean Ross Sapp said so. Do you know what I mean? Now go get somebody to film it so we can seem like tough guys on the internet. And I can be a woke person and get woke points and get SJW points. It's AJ Styles is I'm never going to believe his matches. I don't want to see them because I think to myself, he doesn't want to be here. This doesn't matter. That's what I think to myself. And I don't think to myself, I'll say it out loud. AJ Styles, it's worthless to watch it almost unless he has an unbelievable stellar match, which he actually had a pretty good match tonight. That's why it was interesting, but it still wasn't because he lost because you knew he would lose. Because he always loses because he doesn't really want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. AJ Styles does not want to be there. He wants to go home and play video games. That's what it is. I will say tonight, though, the first couple of hours, it wasn't a 1, 2, 3 out of 10. I thought the first hour to 2 hours, I would probably give this show a 5 out of 10, which is better than it had been. It's been a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 over the past year to 2 years. A 1, 2, 3, or 4. And tonight I felt as if the opening was a little bit better. Wrestling-wise, they were better tonight. I really enjoyed the fact that they had a match and then they promoted it and the way they did. Anyway, Becky Lynch comes out. The story, they're probably going to do this story with Becky anyway, but probably not the injury angle, I suppose. Now, it's possible that they could say Becky had an arm injury to make her sympathetic and seem tough, and so she can go away for a little bit while she, take some time off. But she very well seems like she did injure her shoulder last night, and therefore this works out kind of with that story. That was decent. I mean, I thought that opener with Bianca and Becky, I thought was a 6 out of 10. I thought it was decent enough with the other women, attacking Becky after and Bianca running into the back. It was... Bianca was a little bit weird in the back. She was like getting up and looking around and then getting back down to see if she's okay and getting up and looking around. It was weird, but it was pretty good. 6 out of 10. That held my interest slightly. and which was fine. So I was okay with that. And then we had a really good triple threat match, and this is where I felt Triple H. This had to be Triple H booking this. The Miz, Mustafa, and AJ Styles. It felt like something Triple H would want to book, and it felt like good wrestling. The ending was surely good. No matter what you thought, the ending was great, with AJ Styles delivering that Styles clash. Let's listen to it real quick here.
Can Ali realize his dream? Take the next step.
And I love Corey Graves here because that makes me think Ali is gonna win. I'm like, oh, they're really trying to. Oh wow, can he realize his dream and everything? Oh, they're trying to push Mustafa Ali. Oh shit, I guess they're really going in some different direction here.
Crucial window of opportunity right now for Ali. He's got Miz all to himself on the top rope.
Here he goes. He hits it. That was a great wrestling opening. That was a really great wrestling opening, man. They got a wrestling pop, a reaction from that result in that match from the crowd that people like AEW will usually get and stuff like that. Innovative stuff, nice stuff. But once again, this was a really good match compared to what they normally would do. It normally would be a sleeper match at this point. So that was good. And at this point, I'm thinking, man, that was pretty good. That match was good, 7.5 out of 10. So I got a 6 segment and a 7.5 segment, and I'm thinking, all right, that was a good way to start this show. Then we go to replays again of Matt Riddle and stuff like that, and then Seth comes out, and I'm like, all right, now maybe something's going to happen here. Montez Ford jumps the gun on his tag team partner and runs right to the ring and is like, I'll take on Seth Rollins. Forget the paper, rock, scissors. He abandons his buddy, and I'm thinking, oh, this is it. He's gonna go out there and he'll lose somehow or make a mistake, maybe, or maybe he'll win, and that will upset his partner. But I don't understand. That's not what happened. Montez Ford went out there and just straight up lost to Seth Rollins. He hit him with, dude, I love that blockbuster off the rope, too, by the way, from Montez Ford. Love the blockbuster. I don't really see the point in this. I mean, is Dawkins going to get mad that he kind of squandered his attempt? So I thought Dawkins was then going to attack Montez Ford in the ring, like, hey, you just took this opportunity away from me and then you lost. You idiot. You're the one that did this. And I'm like, are they going to break them up? And then they don't even break them up. So I don't understand. Like, Montez Ford just is about to do paper, rock, scissors with his buddy. And instead, Dawkins, he just runs to the ring and steals it on Dawkins, it looks like. So he steals it on Dawkins, then he loses. Then Dawkins and him are just still together, and that's it. They move on. So that was extremely disappointing to me because nothing interesting happened, really. It was interesting because I thought something was going to happen. So Montez Ford just loses. I would have had Dawkins lose, if anything. But whatever. Now, I think they're getting to that point. But I thought last night was them getting to that point with them sitting in the ring and they're like, oh, we lost, But so I guess it's potentially a very slow burn. I thought it was somewhat interesting. Like, if there was no speculation about these guys breaking up, I mean, they're getting there and it's a slow burn, I guess. But I was just sort of bored by it at that point. I went, oh, this is all, why? And that's when I started feeling a bit negative about the show, where I started feeling like, okay, whatever. And now we're an hour into the show, and I'm like, all right, that was not my favorite thing. Then finally Bayley comes out. They say they're going to do all these things tonight. There's going to be some kind of attack or reckoning that's going to happen. And then it does. I guess Bianca Belair says, I want one of you guys tonight after they jump Asuka and whatever else. And I'm like, okay, maybe this will get more interesting. It really doesn't, though. It doesn't get any more interesting than, okay, Io Sky is going to take on somebody. So then Dolph Ziggler comes out, Tommaso Ciampa come out, and Gable come out, and they're going to have a triple threat match, and the winner of that is going to go on to face AJ Styles for that United States championship chance, which I like this. I like that there was 2 triple threats in this sort of a mini tournament to qualify to take on the United States champion. I love that. I love that part about the show. I think most of us are going to love that. I think most of us are on board with that, being a positive tonight and being a good thing tonight. I really do.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Here's Pasharo with a donation. Thank you, Pasharo. What's up, man?
You little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Pretty decent show tonight. We are actually getting #1 contenders match for the United States title for once.
Yes.
That the show doesn't have a world champion. It's now time to push mid-card titles. 7 out of 10 show. Catman loved tonight's show too.
Oh, I bet he did. But because he's fake. But you know what? I got to tell you, man, I really appreciate that we got that. We need that United States Championship to be on the line like this. We really need the Intercontinental Championship boosted, I believe, above the United States title. But it is what it is. You take what you can get. So I did like that. This was a pretty good match too, for the most part. Pretty solid stuff. Nothing crazy, but it felt like a tournament for the United States title, and so I liked that. So again, we're about an hour and 30 minutes into the show, and then Edge comes out to go after Judgment Day. A little ridiculous, but okay. I think Edge's stuff has been kind of mediocre. I thought it was going to be more impactful and crazy. The vignettes, it felt like Edge was going to be this off the hinges, like crazy person, and he really hasn't been that crazy. So at this point, at about an hour and 45 minutes into the show, I went from thinking maybe the show was a 6 out of 10 at that point, and it started coming down a little bit for me, down to about a 5. Bianca Belair then faces Io Sky. And, not a whole lot really happens here. It was nice, and it was fun to see Io. And the women all got in a brawl there, 3-on-3. The odds are equal. Alexa Bliss, Asuka. So I kind of like that, though. It was kind of fun. There was a lot of triple stuff tonight. I don't know what's up with that. 3 women, 3 men, 3 men, 3 men. There was a lot of triple stuff going on tonight. A lot of 3-ways going on. But whatever. That was okay enough, but again, still lacking the star power, Then they put Booker T on commentary, and that's exactly what I said the other day. Do you guys remember this? It's so weird. I said, man, if I was there, I would put Booker T on color commentary as the 3rd guy in or something like that. I would love to see Booker T there, and suddenly Booker T is there, like on commentary, is like the 4th guy in. Now, I'd make him the 3rd guy, get rid of Byron Saxon, but, that's whatever, but maybe you need 4 guys with the lack of personality that they have. And now you get AJ Styles in a match with Tommaso Ciampa, which, again, that sounds like a goddamn good idea to me and you, doesn't it? So either way, the match is going to be good. Problem is, the result. At least I pretty much knew the result. AJ Styles is going to lose because AJ Styles doesn't want to be the champion. So nothing has changed with AJ Styles as far as Vince being or not being there. AJ wants, I just want to play video games, man. I just want to play video games with my kids and stuff. That's all he wants to do. And CM Punk says he's a racist. So CM Punk says AJ Styles is a racist. So maybe that's why Triple H won't book AJ to win either. But it's really because AJ doesn't want it. AJ went to Vince and said, I don't want to be champion of anything. I don't want to, whatever. But so whatever. Pretty good match, though. Maybe a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. They could have done. They can do better, but they did well enough. 2.5 hours in. I mean, Raw was an improvement tonight. I think the last 45 minutes of 30 or 40 minutes of Raw was blah. It was very boring to me. Like it crashed and landed, and maybe didn't even land. Usos versus the Mysterios, I did not care for at all. I didn't give a crap about Edge running out there and spearing Dominic by accident. None of that. I didn't care about any of it. I really didn't. I mean, the only thing I cared about was that WWE doctor who was checking on... she was probably a wrestler, but the woman checking on Dominic Mysterio, man, she was smoking. That's about it. So there was little hints of something tonight, but there certainly wasn't a definitive, statement by Triple H or statement by the WWE that things are changing here. But you could see that there was some sort of improvement in some areas, but it just wasn't that obvious. It wasn't crazy. By the way, Rampage the other night for AEW did about 300,000 views. So yeah, Rampage the other night, 300,000 views. Not good. Not good. AEW Rampage. I don't care what they do with NXT because if they can't fix the main roster, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way that's kind of my take on the whole thing. You know? Figure that out first, and then let me know. By the way, Allison is the top donator tonight. What's up, Allison? And shout out to Todd Fair, the king of Monetize this 3 weeks in a row. And shout out to SITH NEGAN the other night, dropping $1,000 on the show, man, on my 10th anniversary. That was nuts.
You raised a piece of shit.
Here's my donation 100.00.
Oh, God. Well, I wish. Allison, thank you so much for the $1.99. Look at that duck. Bleh. It's just spitting up all over the place. I have a poll up, though. You guys can let us know. What did you think? Raw was what? Raw was 587 votes. We'll check those out in a second. They say way better, 32%. 32% of you said it was way better than usual. I did not agree with that. 43% of you, though, said it is a little better. And I agree with that. I think it's a little better. And that's actually what's winning is it's a little better. So it's already winning. It's a little better. Same as always, 20%. 6% said worse. I don't know how it could be worse, but so I'm in agreement with you guys that said it's a little better, which is the majority of you so far. Some of you did say way better. I just don't agree with that. I don't think it was way better. I think if it was way better, we'd be like, oh my God, this is a new show now. You know, I don't feel that way. This was not a big, oh my God, it's a new show now. You know, no, I don't feel that way. But I do feel like change was made and we had some better stuff, no doubt. And I think some of the stuff maybe wasn't changed because it was already set in motion and they're sticking with some stories that were already lined up to be there. But some of the things that they did add seemingly are this United States tournament thing that they're doing to me. But who knows what's new or not new or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm going to give tonight's Raw, a little bit of a better rating than it's gotten from me in the past. I want to say in the past 2 years, my average rating for Raw has been 3 out of 10, about a 3.5 out of 10, and I've given out a lot of 4s. I'd probably say tonight's Monday Night Raw for me was about a 5.5 out of 10 tonight, which is, one of the worst ratings I've ever given AEW. And tonight, this is one of the better ratings I've given WWE Raw in a couple of years, a 5.5. So there's something there. But if they'd done a little bit better, it would have been something to see if they'd just done a little bit better. Wrestling-wise, they turned it up a little bit. Logic-wise, they turned it up a little bit. But still kind of lacking a lot of star power and excitement and, things like that. But they sort of tried a little bit.
Shit bomb.
That's my feelings.
Why? WWE breakup profits, they have no tag teams.
Yeah, it's a good point. Instead, it looks like they're going with the whole, oh, these guys can wrestle solo all the time and be in a tag team. So it looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to just, I guess, test out Montez Ford singles, Dawkins in singles, and keep letting them have these sort of singles matches when they're really a tag team. I guess it's not that hard to get tag teams, man. Put a couple guys together who never wrestle anymore and put them together. Call up some people and put them in tag teams together and have them wrestle a light schedule. That's all you got to do to build up the tag team division a little bit and make it somewhat believable. And then you can break up teams like Street Profits if you really want to. It almost feels like to me like they want somebody to make a move or become a star before they break up the team. Hey, it is what it is. I don't know about that, but it seems like it.
Shit bomb.
I would have booked a better Raw than that big news Triple H, but my fucking wheelchair got stuck and locked and I flipped myself out at it.
Oh my God.
See how I got in this wheelchair next Sunday. Please tune in.
Oh my God, you hear that, guys? Lex Luger. Lex Luger might be there next week, guys. Lex Luger, thanks for being a $5 shit bum. Anna in the chat says, I thought commentary was better. They didn't argue like teenagers, lowered their voices and yelled when they needed to. Yeah, I'm sure commentary is a little bit better because there's no Vince screaming at them about goofy shit. But still, to me, I'd like a different Raw commentator team. I'd blow this team up if I was them. That's me. I'm a selfish prick, though, and I want to be commentator on Raw. Fire that Joe Rogan wannabe and hire the Joe Cronin real fucking voice. Hire me and fire Joe Rogan wannabe. Okay? Just do it. I'll be Dan, by the way. I'll go by my real name so you can separate from this character. I need you to bring the excitement. I need to feel a character. I don't feel that. I just want a different Raw announce team. They're not that bad. Sometimes, I don't know what it is, man. I don't like it. I can't explain it. I like Cole and Pat McAfee better. I know that. I'm not a big Michael Cole fan. I mean, I'm a big fan of Michael Cole as far as his production skills, his knowledge, and he is a really good commentator in many ways. But I'm more of a fan of, I don't know. I really do love Michael Cole. My God, man. Imagine being able to work there under Michael Cole. That'd be amazing, bro. That'd be great. But Michael Cole and Pat McAfee is better than the Raw announce team. I think Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are about a 7 out of 10, maybe. And but the Raw announce team is like a 6 right now for me. And the AEW announce team is like a 7.5 or an 8. Maybe 7.5. So, I still like AEW better. But, if you had more Ronaldo and Nigel McGuinness, to me, they're like an 8.5 or a 9. So there you go. But there's no 9 right now in wrestling. There's no more Ronaldo. There's that doesn't exist right now. That rating does not exist for me. Hey. Shit bum.
5 out of 10 show. Can't wait to see all the WWE marks say this was an 8 out of 10 banger.
Right.
What a joke.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's saying it's exactly the same. I don't think I can agree with that. I think they did change some things here tonight. To the GOAT, or to GOAT. Yo, to GOAT, what's up? But anybody saying that this was, oh my God, it's so different, and wow, they no. This was a little different, a little bit better, which is good, because that's a step in the right direction. It's not what I wanted 100%. I wanted a full-on flip over, we're ripping up everything we ever had, and what's up? I'm the game, and this is a new era for Monday Night Raw, because I'm the game, and I got a $2 slut for a wife.
You raised a piece of shit.
Remember The Rock said that?
How Mustafa get in match for title shot? Was Cedric Alexander busy? Remember when heel and face turns had a story leading up to them? Mysterios get off my TV. Congrats to Red Sox on trade for catcher once arrested for masturbating in strip mall.
Thank you, Dominic. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind that, because I just think Triple H wanted to book a good match, a fun match, and a good one. The Houston crowd was dead. I don't know. You probably could have assassinated Hulk Hogan out there, and this crowd would have been silent. You could have brought Hulk Hogan out there to beat up Iron Sheik. They would have been silent. You could have brought Kenny Omega out there to cornhole Jim Cornette, and it would have been silent out there. You could have done anything. That Houston crowd was on fentanyl. Okay, that Houston crowd was on fentanyl tonight. They had no fucking idea what they didn't give a shit. But maybe it's because the show wasn't that great either. So, yeah, not a very good show. Still a thumbs down overall from me. Maybe a thumbs middle, but to be fair, it's a thumbs middle. Usually it's a thumbs down. I mean, maybe it's a thumbs middle, but technically it's a thumbs down. But 5.5 out of 10 is better than I've given Raw in a while. So I think I might have given it a 5 a little while back at one time. It's been a while. But, yeah, I didn't care for the main event stuff. Any of that stuff, I didn't like it. It feels like watered down Edge. When they were, advertising Edge to, oh my God, he's coming back, and oh, what is this mysterious vignette? He's crazy. And ever since he came back, it was like the entrance was really cool, and then after that, it was like same old Edge, same old thing. Why not have Edge come out and do something crazy, or have a crew with him, or call Gangrel in? do something. I mean, he just didn't seem, I don't know, man. It's all it is a face turn, which is fine, but that's all it is. He turned back face again. After creating this group, it was confusing. He just created this group. They turn on him almost right away, and then he comes back, and I don't know. He doesn't really do anything. If the rumors are true that he didn't want to be, do like supernatural things, and that's why he left the group. Well, the group isn't doing anything supernatural, and Edge isn't really doing anything supernatural. I'm super bored. That's what I am. I'm super friggin' bored. I'm fucking bored. That's what I am. I'm bored. Sorry, am I hard to please? Maybe. I'm fucking bored. And if I'm bored, other people are bored. You know what else is boring? AEW Rampage. 300,000 views. That's it. That's it. Wrestling is dying. And nobody is fucking stopping the bleeding. It seems like Triple H put a Band-Aid on the show tonight a little bit, but my God, somebody stop the goddamn bleeding. Somebody stop the shooter. Somebody's shooting bullet holes in everyone, and we're running around maybe putting a bandage on a couple of people. No! Fuck no! We need to get some goddamn cops to the location. We need to go in and stop this guy from shooting people because they're being shot and they're being taken down one by one. AEW ratings can't pop over 1 million. Rampage ratings are now down below 300,000 viewers. Triple H takes over Raw and makes a couple of slight adjustments, but doesn't come out there and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new era." And that's the new fucking slogan, right? The Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era, the PG era, the Reality Era, or whatever. None of that was good. Reality Era was shit. The PG era was shit. There really was never a Reality Era. It's always been PG era. PG era was shit. Ruthless Aggression was good. Attitude was amazing. Come out here and say this isn't the Attitude. This isn't the PG. This isn't Ruthless Aggression. This is the new era. And at WWE, it's a new era. Like, hello? Slogans. Triple H. Please hire me, somebody. Please. I'm sitting in a fucking basement working at shithole jobs 15 hours a day to make shit money when I've got all these fucking ideas in my brain. Sure, some of them suck. A lot of my ideas suck. But I'd be a lot better sitting around a creative table with a bunch of people being creative. Let's go. It's the new era. The fucking ropes are red, white, and red. Fucking there's Raws written in crazy like all over the ring. Something. Ah! Do something to show it's so different. The new era was already used. Was it really? How about the next generation like Star Trek? WWE, the next generation. They did the new generation, but now it's the next generation. They did the next generation, right? Didn't they do that? The new generation or something like that? They did that, right? The whore era, the suck era, the Ryback era. Imagine Ryback comes out. "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Welcome to the Ryback era." Or bring Ryback back
Shit
as
bomb.
The new warrior. That'd be great.
They should have had a call up tonight from NXT and join the Judgment Day, like Roderick Strong. Have Triple H come out in the beginning, say, "Are you ready? This is Raw," and bring back fireworks in the beginning of the show, hype the crowd, and make 2 heel turns.
I think you're right, it was the new era. You're right, it was the next generation or something. I don't know. How to book Raw. Thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 ship bum. How to book Raw. Thank you so much for that, man. Ryback as the commissioner. "I'm here to feed you more. As long as that bully Daniel Bryan isn't in the company, because he used to bully me, and I hate bullies. I'm Ryborg. Yeah, finish it. Ryborg rules. So tonight was whatever. We didn't see Sasha Banks, didn't see Naomi. We didn't see a whole lot of much of anything, really, to be honest. I saw some different things and some efforts made, like I said, but in the end, I was kind of let down here, man. I think there will be some positive from this, and I do think some people, there's positive, and some people will be happy. And overall, I think people do have a little bit of positive, a hopeful outlook tonight. But I wanted shock factor. I wanted straight up shock factor, and just balls to the wall, making it no doubt in any mark's mind, in anybody's mind, that this is some kind of new era, that there's something different going on here. I wanted no doubt left. But there's going to be a lot of people that think that this is the same thing or not much different. I wanted so bad for that not to be the case. I wanted no possibility, no doors left closed. But we didn't get that. We got a little bit, but we didn't get enough, in my opinion. So, hey, man, it is what it is. And, I'm just a little let down.
These idiots have been on a downward spiral since I left. So I took it as a cry for help. They needed their role model. So I took it upon myself, and I outsourced for two of the very best in the whole world who have waited far too long for this moment.
And we know how to play the game.
Have you guys been watching the same show?
Was that some kind of hint that they sucked off Triple H? What the hell was that? Wait a minute.
The whole world who have waited far too long for this moment.
And so Bayley says why she brought them in, but then they say and
we know how to play the game.
What the hell does that mean? We know how to play the game? And also we know how to play the game. Yo, is she indicating that they sucked off Triple H for a job? And I know someone's out there saying, what are you? You're a sick piece of shit. I'm sorry. That's what it sounds like to me. Someone's out there going, oh, you're a scumbag for saying that. What are you, piece of shit? No. She just said that we know how to play the game. What's up with that? What the hell does that mean? I'm sorry, bro. That's weird. Also, not just that. We know how to play the game. What? Come on, man. You didn't think of that? Let's be real here. Let's friggin' be real, bro. Something's up with that. Man, Stephanie, you need to get down there and figure out what's going on. You might have to hurt somebody. You might have to hurt these people. That is so weird. That's fucked up, bro. Ugh. Someone just sent me a picture of a hairy woman. I don't know, man. That just I almost threw up. Ugh. I don't know why that does that to me, but How to Book Raw, thank you for the $5, man. Also, thank you to Sasha's Mouthblood for the $5 earlier. And Dominic is Juventude's son. That's messed up. Sasha's Mouthblood said, don't get the Triple H booking hype. Same guy that got his ass whooped by AEW on Wednesday nights. Same guy who prefers the steroid people. Come on. I don't agree with that. Triple H didn't just get his ass whooped. Triple H booked NXT amazing for 5 years. For about 5 to 6 years. NXT was the best wrestling show in the world, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, Triple H booked the best wrestling show for 5 years at least. So, yeah, he did lose to AEW, though. I will say that, and we'll agree with that. But I'm not going to disparage Triple H because he lost one time to someone. He didn't really get a chance to fight back much. He started losing, and then Vince just said, all right, you're done, and then just buried his whole fucking thing. How do you know Triple H wouldn't have come back from that? That'd be like, when Vince lost to WCW, and then someone just took it all away from Vince. And Vince never got the opportunity to come back.
Rampage is a version of Velocity. Shit cards with already known outcomes suck. Becky is injury prone. First her uterus, now her shoulder. Mania was good, then back to crap. SummerSlam good, now back to crap. Kid Rock or Flair? Who got most crap?
Karen Jarrett steroids. Yeah, I mean, SummerSlam was all right, but yeah, I mean, the weekly show again, we're back to crap.
Shit bum.
Not the best show tonight.
The main event was a positive. Ali should have won.
That I did like. I liked that match. That was about it. I don't know why. I just don't ever buy AJ winning, but I like the way they booked the match. Whoever worked on that match, they did a great job. They got the crowd involved. Aaron Rowland, thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Super chat. They did
shit bum.
Did you hear Corey screwed up Hyo's last name by saying her much better NXT name?
Yeah, and I don't blame him. I mean, you're going to make the mistake. I mean, I kept saying Io Shirai as well. But now it's Io Sky. And isn't Dakota Kai? Were they calling her Dakota Sky? I don't know why. I kept hearing people say Dakota Sky. But it's Dakota Kai, isn't it? And Io Shirai, but now she's Io Sky. Io Sky and Dakota Sky. That's basically what I get out of it. Maybe they changed things. I'm confused. But, the people are going to make that mistake. Yeah, it's a tongue twister when you change things like that so quickly with a similar name. We certainly know we gave shit to Jim Ross, though. We got to give shit to Corey Graves, But, I mean, this was just the other day that it changed. It's not like, JR is in AEW and a guy comes over from WWE that used to call 3 years ago. But it's similar.
Duncachino?
Oh, shit.
Don't mind
Allison.
if I do. What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend.
Say hello to my chocolate men.
There's WWE and when we're forgetting Impact Wrestling, they're getting forgotten in the competition. I agree with you. You could come up with good ideas. Who besides Triple H, the Attitude Era, bring it back?
Yeah, I want to, I wish they could go to the TV-14. I'm starting to wonder, if WWE stays this kind of safe way that we saw tonight under Triple H, it makes me think that they are selling the company and that they're not doing anything because they're selling the company. So if they want to sell the company, they want to be as safe as possible so they can just take care of selling the company. So that's what makes me think Vince McMahon, that's why Vince McMahon stepped away, because they needed zero distractions while they're trying to sell the company. They can't sell the company if Vince McMahon is involved in some big scandal. So that's what makes me think now I believe they're selling the company. Like 100%, they're selling the company, and soon. I think maybe soon, very soon. Or a huge partner is coming on to buy a big portion of the company or whatever. Dude, I think that's what's going on. Because I think if they weren't selling the company, Triple H comes out tonight to start this show and says, a new era's here. And they just go crazy and all this new stuff's happening and they go wild. They didn't do that. They're still safe with a couple of better decisions made tonight. I think they're selling the company like fucking soon. I think that there's a sale coming within a year. Maybe 2 years, but within a year, that it's very close. And we don't understand that. I didn't think that before. I thought, they're looking to sell maybe, but it's not a big deal. But no, this is a big thing. This is weird that they didn't go all out and someone didn't get busted open and people didn't start going crazy tonight and stuff like that. No way. Something is going on. Something is up. I don't know, man. I don't know what that something is. But they are worried about, not selling it because of controversy. So Vince gone. Vince is gone. Get rid of your fucking forfeit the shares that matter. You're completely gone. He came out on TV. Vince McMahon, knowing he's got to go. He's got to go because they're going to be selling soon, and he can't be anywhere near this thing to sell it. If there was no sale, Vince would still be here. I promise you now. I know what's going on. I now figured it out. Vince would be here if there was no sale. If they were all keeping the company and they all loved the company and it was their company, they're staying. Vince don't give a shit. Fuck you to shareholders. Fuck everybody. I'll fucking turn this company private again if I have to. They're not doing that because they're trying to sell the goddamn company right now. right now. And KANE is there to sell the company. KANE is going to be here to see the company sold and then leave the company a few years after the transition. That's what's going on. Nick KANE is here to sell the company in the next 1 to 2 years or sooner. And I'm talking about soon. They want to sell this fucking company to somebody. Nick KANE is going to help transition that. It's going to be the biggest brokerage of his life. It's going to be the biggest thing he's ever done. He's done some big things before, this guy and other companies. This will be his biggest thing ever and one of the biggest transactions ever. And he's going to be at the forefront of it. The stocks are going to blow up through the roof. The stock is going to explode. If you bought this stock below $50, you're going to be selling it potentially at about $100-something. I'm telling you right now, they are going to sell the shit out of this company, and that stock is going to explode. And these are all assumptions, RJ Scum. They are. Because if you weren't selling and you wanted to fucking make a real thing, you would have made the show crazy tonight. And they did not do that. I'm telling you. If you bought stock in this company, I would tell you to buy stock right now if it didn't go through the roof already. Right? And maybe you should buy stock in WWE. Maybe you still should buy it. Because the biggest amount I would think the stock would ever get is if the company gets sold. It's too late now because the stock is so high. Right? You should have bought the stock... You should have bought the stock. Well, you should have bought it when I bought it, which was when it was at $9. I bought the stock at $9. That's when you should have bought it. But looking at the stock right now, you should have bought it here like I did. But then I sold it here, but I should have held it to sell it here. I would have been fucking rich if I had done that. But now you can see the possibilities of it hitting $90. This is when the WWE Network was launched and stuff, when the Saudi Arabia stuff was announced too. So here we are over here. It's gonna get bigger than this over here. So you're gonna see the WWE stock hit $130 per share. Right now they're at $70. So I guess if you want, take a chance. I would have. It would have been better if you bought it at $30. That would have been the real play. When the WWE stock was at $30, buy it. If the WWE stock over the next couple of months falls below $50, I would buy it. 100%. I would buy the shit out of it. If you were rich, I'd buy oh my God, I'd buy the hell out of it. If this stock ever came slowly down to $30 again, I would buy it. If it got in the 20s and 30s, I would buy the shit out of it because it's going to go back up again. And when they sell this company, oh my God, bro, it's going to explode. It's going to explode. Why is WWE so interested in the New England area and in the Massachusetts area? Well, because WWE was founded in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts in 1953. South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. New York, obviously a big thing for WWE. But remember, WWE was founded in South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. People always ask that question, and I just saw where it was founded, and I went, oh yeah, because I knew it was Massachusetts, but I forgot where. So I just wanted to bring that up because people always ask about why the territory of New England. Let me see here. But yeah, I think that they're selling the company. This tells me the fact that they didn't go balls to the wall insane tonight. Fuck, they're selling the company, bro. They're there to make sure things go smoothly. Shit bum. Unbelievable.
Shock factor is out the window. Do you think Cody will be booked on top like he was with Vince? Or Hunter bury him for his AEW antics?
Robert Heller, I hope so. I think the thing, I think Triple H understands how big Cody has been and how big he is. And I don't think he holds a grudge against that. I don't think so. I think Triple H wanted Cody. And not to bury him, but to use him, I hope. I would think. 69 years of shenanigans, says Big Merc. That's pretty funny, man. Robert Heller, thank you, man. Good to hear from you, Rob. How you doing, my friend? Donation link is pinned to the top of the chat if you guys want to check it out. Check it out. I found out more information about the Bill and Sean situation from that little fight they had. According to Bill, you know, they went up to him and ambushed him. And so it wasn't Bill that went up to Sean, that's what I had heard. According to Bill, Sean Ross actually went after Bill. Bill was at the thing, and Sean Ross like went after him. And so then he got in his face and was like, I'll step outside with you, but I got my kid with me. So according to Bill Bahati, he had his kid with him, and he didn't want to get arrested and lose his kid or something like that. So he didn't really want to engage in this because he had his kid with him, according to Bill. Also, Brian Zane was the one filming this. And, you know, I like Brian Zane. He's a sweetheart of a guy usually. But I do want to say that, you know, they kind of virtue signal on Twitter a lot about the SJW stuff. And they sort of love the gotcha moment of calling out, you know, people for woke points. And so it sounds like that's why they went up to Bill here to do this, to get him sort of thing. Now, I know Bill hasn't always been the greatest person either. You know, me and him have had issues in the past. But, you know, it does seem like, you know, Sean got in his face, according to him, and that, you know, Brian filmed it, and that he thinks they planned it, you know, so they could be like, ha, you know, we got him or whatever. Kind of like how I went up to Rybotch, you know, and JD videoed it. Although I didn't know he was going to video it, I was literally just going up to Rybotch to say sorry to him, and I hope he, you know, understands I'm joking, and I hope he forgives me, and it's all just kind of a joke on my show. It's comedy. And he cut a promo on me, but I didn't know JD was recording it. So, you know, but this situation, I don't know if Sean knew Zane was recording it, but according to Bill, he thinks they planned the whole thing, you know, to make him look bad or whatever. And, you know, Sean did call him a racist and a homophobe and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't know about that's true or not. I mean, I think Sean has said the same thing about me, so I don't even know. I find I do think there's some evil here, but I don't know who's the evil one. You know, I don't really understand. You know, I think Sean Ross would like to see someone commit suicide over him having all his listeners bully them and call them a racist or homophobe. So I think he just calls people racists and homophobes, maybe so that people will end up committing suicide or something. You know, so maybe that's what Sean Ross wants. I don't know that. Or does he have a valid point? Were things actually said to him or said that were racist or homophobic? I don't know. But again, to me, you know, I call people bad words all the time, and that's called homophobic, and I'm not homophobic. You know, I don't care. I use slurs all the time, but I'm not homophobic. I love gay people. You know what I mean? I'll play with people's asses, you know? When a gay guy touches my ass and goes, oh, you'd love it, even though other people would consider that rape or something, I don't. I play along with it. I'm like, yeah, baby, you know, I don't care because I'm not scared of people that are gay. I love it. You know, I love that people are happy being who they are. But I also don't get scared of words, you know? Unless you're calling a person a slur who is that, you know, it's not really real to me. If I see a person walking down the street and they fall and I call them something, it doesn't mean that I'm homophobic. It just means that I use fucking fucked up language. You know what I mean? But if you go up to a gay couple and you call them a slur and throw something at them, well, okay, I think you hate gay. It sounds like you hate gay people. I mean, like, that's what it feels like, right? So I have a different line of what I believe is really a bad thing or not. But, you know, these people don't. You know, you just act a certain way and they'll call you a homophobe or a racist or whatever they can to get woke points with people that follow them. And they don't care, man. They don't care if somebody kills himself or if the people, you know, attack them in the public and stuff like that. So I don't know what really happened here, but just following up on that situation, I don't know. I know that if I was called that, I would hurt somebody. You know what I mean? So I know that, you know what I mean, if you start calling me something that I'm not, you can call me something all day that I'm not, but you might get hurt. So because I take it seriously if you're in public in physically in front of me. If you're physically in front of me and you call me something I'm not, there might be a problem. Because you're not going to play pretend with me. You're not going to get woke points from me. I'm going to beat the shit out of you, and then when you're on the ground fucked up, I'm going to be like, oh, by the way, I'm not racist, and here's why, and I'm not homophobic, here's why. Now, say it again and see what happens. But most likely, if I saw someone in public, I would first try to diffuse it and say, tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I think, and do you understand now, that I'm not that way? Can you believe me? Because it's important to me that that I convey who I really am to you, and that you accept that, I guess. But if you're going to still say that I'm something I'm not, that's a fucking fucked up thing, So, I love jokes. I love messing around with people. I don't have a problem if people do it to me, if people fuck around with me, but when it comes to real life, I'm not going to try to hurt you or do something crazy to you. But I will also try to fucking be honest with you at that point, and I'll try to diffuse it. You'll get the most honest me you've ever gotten. If you get in my face and you yell at me, you're going to get the most honest me you've ever gotten. That's what I'll say. If we're fucking around on Twitter, you're going to get the least honest me. You're going to get fucking who knows what I'm doing on Twitter. Or me on this show. Who knows what I'm going to say on this show. You know what I mean? But when we're in real life, if you get in my face yelling at me, you will get my honest take, my honest feelings, 100%, if you start yelling at me in public. And if you don't believe those, if you don't believe me when I'm yelling to you, that's crazy. And that's your problem then. Now you're going to have a problem. That's how I am. I don't know how they are. I don't know, whatever.
Duncachino?
But that's my take on this whole thing.
What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Hey, Allison.
Is that why Impact Wrestling is? I did the picture and it seemed like here in WWE and Impact Wrestling is like invincible, like someone's going to land right in there and take it.
Yeah, it's weird that Impact Wrestling will never die. It's like they just won't go away. And listen, Impact Wrestling has had some pretty damn good wrestling over the last couple of years, but unfortunately just not a lot of people watch it because whatever, they're just a small dog. They've, gone down in the ratings, and now they're sitting at what they're at, which is like a glorified YouTube wrestling show almost now. But they've got some legit world-class wrestlers over there at Impact and some great talent over at Impact they really have. I don't like them because they've talked shit about me. I just have a problem with them. They wouldn't let me interview the wrestlers for a while and joked about it to me. People over there, whatever. They invited other people to commentary. They didn't invite me over there. So I think that they don't like me. And so why would I give them the time of day? Covering them, I don't gain anything. Nobody cares. So screw it. I'm not going to, I don't care. I think somebody over there doesn't like me, and so I don't like them. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit about Impact Wrestling. They told everybody to broadcast their show once and commentate on it or whatever, and I did, and they gave me a copyright strike for it. So fuck them. Like 100% fuck Impact Wrestling. I hate them. But they've got great wrestlers, great talent, great minds. I wish I could be a part of it. If Impact Wrestling ever even if someone from Impact Wrestling high up or whatever reached out to me and said, hey, that was the past. We don't know what happened, but we'd love you to cover Impact. We have no hard feelings. Here's an interview with a wrestler. Here's a whatever. Come check us out. I would cover them. But at this point, I've been fucking. And I don't. By the way, I don't ask WWE to respect me. I don't ask AEW to respect me. I don't care. But I do care when you disrespect me over and over and over and over again, and your company is in the shits. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, no company has ever disrespected me, but Impact. Impact Wrestling said, fuck you on wrestling interviews. Impact Wrestling said, fuck you on a press pass. Impact Wrestling said, fuck you on covering us the way other people cover us. We're going to give you strikes. Impact Wrestling fucked over, God, what's his name? He was a wrestling commentator and wrestling news guy. They fucked him over for years. This guy covered Impact Wrestling with enthusiasm and loved it. And they struck him several times. One time they struck him because he had pictures of the Impact wrestlers behind him in his goddamn video. And they struck him for it. And they didn't fix it. They didn't fucking fix it. That's how fucked up Impact Wrestling is. Fuck them, die. Fuck them, die. That's as far as I'm concerned. That's why I don't talk about Impact Wrestling. That's why I don't like them and I don't talk about them. If you're a piece of shit to me 7 times, different times, and you did what you did to that other guy, bro, Andre Corbiel. Yep, it was him. It was Andre Corbiel. That's who they did it to. Andre Corbiel goddamn loved their show, and he covered it. Wrestling fans around the world, we're here to talk about one thing, wrestling. And Impact Wrestling fans, last night was a great show, but I got struck down again, so we're not live tonight. We're just doing a video. So wrestling fans around the world, we're here. Like, that's all Andre Corbiel wanted to do, was cover your company. And you took him and you shit on him. You know what I mean? So I just don't like that. But Impact Wrestling has great wrestlers, great commentary guys, and great people in the office, and all these things. I don't know why they've always been shitty to me, but whatever. So that's why I won't cover them. I'm bitter, so I won't cover them. They sent me one letter or one tweet or something, I'd change my mind. I'd be like, all right, it's a new day. Is it a new day? Okay, I'll cover them, maybe. But again, pretty good stuff though over there. I have covered a few little things here or there. I watched the show when Famous B was there, and they screwed him too, by the way. Here's the thing. When I've had a problem with AEW, I've reached out to them, and I know people there, and they've said, we're sorry, we'll fix it. When I have problems with WWE lawyers fix it right away, and WWE fixes it right away. So, mistakes happen. I'm not going to get mad at people for mistakes, or if I made a mistake, it's on me too, but, 7 times, 7-0. Impact Wrestling is 7 fuck yous to me, and 0 sorry or, we'll fix it. 0. So, no. Done with that. Not messing around with that company. WWE takes care of it. AEW takes care of it. Ring of Honor in the past, we had something happen. They took care of it. I talked to them. Great people. I'm not asking for any special treatment at all. Who the fuck am I? A small little YouTube wrestling channel? That's all. But no, they were straight up bad to people. And that I don't like that. That's my opinion. Maybe things are different now, but I haven't heard from them, so I wouldn't know. A couple of years ago, they, whatever. I just don't believe it. Allison, thank you so much. Allison going with the 1999. She is keeping this show on the air tonight, or kept the show alive. Thank you, Allison. Allison, you might be the reason why we do a show next week. At this point, we might have made enough to pay the bills for next week. Thank you, Allison. God damn, Allison. But maybe I'll have to watch Impact Wrestling once for Allison. Very much appreciated. RJ Scrum, thanks. That's nice of you, man. Weed and wrestling. Well, I wish I did smoke something tonight or drink something. It would have made the last hour of Raw a little bit better. No doubt about it. Mr. Dan Kennedy and Mr. Rastafa are standing by on Discord, and I don't want to go from the beginning of the show to the end of the show because I just kind of did that for the most part. But what I do want to do is I want to pop in for a few minutes on the Discord. Not long here, and just get the overall feelings of tonight. Let's start with Kennedy. Dan Kennedy, give me your overall How you doing, Dan? You know what I listened to the other day? I listened to our interview that you did with me from years ago.
Oh wow! I'm surprised you went back and listened to that. What was that, like 2015 or something?
It was right before Internet Darlings, actually.
Oh yeah. Hey, did you ever end up kicking that douchebag King Ross in the dick for me?
I did mention to him. I said, "Why did you make fun of my retarded friend?" And then he said, "You shouldn't say that." And I said, "Well, fuck you." And that was all we said to each other.
Well, fuck him. I still hold a grudge about that.
Yep, he couldn't take a joke, and he lost it. Grim couldn't take a joke the other day either, I guess. He wasn't happy about my comments.
Well, the way I see it is, if Grim really hates autistic people that much, I might be his kryptonite.
Yep, you are Grim's kryptonite. Anybody with a mental retardation or with some kind of lower IQ or anything like that really irritates Grim's Toy Show. So we'll talk.
Me and you should go down to New Jersey, Joe, during Grimomania or Stupid Slam or
Shit Bum, Suck a Fuck,
or whatever her fucking pay-per-views are.
Yeah, we should go
go over there and kick the crap out of the GTS roster. And
I agree, man. GTS.
Kick the crap out of Grim for stealing your logo.
That's right. That piece of shit stole my logo. Go look it up. I had it first. Anybody can verify that on YouTube. Go check it out, guys. Born Free just donated $5 and became a $5 shit bum. Hey, Born Free. Thank you. So overall, what'd you think of Raw? What stood out? What didn't? What do you think?
What was the fucking difference on when Vince was running it? It felt like the same fucking Raw. I was ready to go have to sleep halfway through the fucking show.
Yeah, I thought I thought the wrestling tournament with the United States title was a Triple H thing. That felt good, but everything else kind of was just the same to me. Mustafa, what did you think?
Man, the first hour, I was just like, oh my God, this is what it is. This is how it's supposed to be. Then we get into the second hour. 3 things. The commercials just kept on making me not want to watch.
Right.
At least going forward. Because the thing is,
they got a mulligan in the hour. They got a mulligan in the first hour because there was no commercials. That also helped the first hour.
Right.
They kind of cheated in a way. They cheated.
Well, the other thing also is that when this is something that I noticed, it might have been a mistake on the production side's part, but to me, it felt right when Becky got her ass kicked backstage, and normally what happens is they fade or they do the effect where they fade into the next segment,
right?
Which I don't like in large doses, and I never have. I like the sudden going to the next frame of the next segment, because at that point it feels hostile. It feels like immediate. It feels dangerous, and I like that. And it went right to the announcers, and yeah, the announcers again, an improvement, but at the same time, though, again, this is still the first few weeks in the Paul Levesque era, the Triple H era. So
it felt like he only wrote it. They only changed like a little bit of stuff, and most of it was still the plan. And even Montez Ford, man, everything felt like this, like almost like a little better, but not like Montez Ford. I wanted something to change with the Street Profits somehow, and it really was weird. It's like, first, I'm gonna cheat in paper rock scissors on you, then I'm gonna dive in the ring with Seth, but I'm gonna lose to Seth, and then you're gonna just come and see if I'm okay at the end, and then that's it. What?
Well, let's talk about that for a second.
What the hell was that? Like,
let's talk about that for a second.
Honestly, I think Dawkins should have let Montez. Get his ass kicked in the ring by Seth a little more.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, they laid the groundwork. They laid a seed down. Now, I think
they already laid that down when they lost that match together. I feel like that was the seed.
Yeah, but that's a given. But in this case scenario, it's like, yeah, I'm thinking, okay, that's a bit of a move where it's just like, hey, that's a jealous move. But again, no. Dawkins didn't sell it in terms of, he still was loyal. He still is loyal. Again, it's a slow build up to this, but I understand why. I know
you all have decided to take your hard-earned money.
Oh shit!
And to fund my show, to fund what I do, to fund what I believe in, to fund my godly ass. JCS Army, donate to me.
Acknowledge him.
Acknowledge me.
What is this? Zooming in your anus? What the hell? What in the hell? Good God, zooming in your anus?
You may not be able to play that though.
Fuck you, Allison. I am on top now. Dick 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 ass pussy 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 elbow 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 I finger 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 cum masturbating 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 in the tissue.
Ugh, what the fuck? Oh my God, what the hell? In the tissue? What the hell does that mean?
I will not acknowledge this.
Oh my God, bro. What?
Wing!
Is that refresh?
Can we all acknowledge how Ric Flair was in great shape during his practice for his match, and then in his match he looked like a corpse? Like, can we talk? I'm sorry. Let's go back to Raw. But no. So go ahead, Rustavo. You were making these points. Thank you, Zoomin, for that dono.
Yeah. So I understand why it's slowly being built upon, and as it should from a storyline point of view. But as of right now, I mean, just milk it for what it's worth. Because again, it's like they're going to team with. Or they're going to team up to go up against the Usos again. It's like, no, it's not. That's not the direction. It shouldn't be the direction now. They lost. They're in the back of the #1 contenders line, even if they wanted to try that. But that being said, then you also had, I mean, again, the match quality tonight was insane. Like, it felt like, and again, it felt like a B-list pay-per-view, if I could be as positive as I can when it comes to that, in terms of the match quality. That first hour just rocked. I mean, that triple threat with AJ, believe it was Miz and Mustafa Ali. I mean, dude, they kudos to Mustafa Ali.
Okay, Discord crashed.
I was surprised that he was still fucking employed by WWE right now.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Mustafa, he should be getting his flowers tonight because honestly, regardless of how he's placed on the card, I mean, dude, those guys went out and had a match, and Miz with the taped up ribs and everything like that, selling that. I mean, the one little nitpick that I will say about that match was when Mustafa Ali, I think it was Mustafa Ali, or it might have been Miz. They were getting pinned by AJ selling, and they're so close to the rope they can easily put their foot up on the rope. Yeah. And I would have done that instead of just doing a kick out, because that would have gave the commentating team to say, hey, he's got great ring awareness and tell more into the story.
What I really liked about that match is they really did like a 3-man triple team like combination with he got him in the Scorpion Deathlock drop, and then fucking the drop, and then while he was doing that, he got cuttered. Yes. So I was like, that's very good. And then they did it again with the backflip off the rope into a fucking Styles Clash onto a pin.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Dope. That was dope.
Yeah, great combination. Great combination of stuff. And then again, in the next triple threat match that we had with Tommaso going over, again, another idea of, again, this is how triple threat matches are supposed to work, where you have 2 heels, 1 babyface, and the babyface has to make that comeback to say, like, maybe he's got a fighting chance. And Tommaso, again, a diamond, a diamond in the business. Triple H always says there's only 1 diamond in the business. Well, Tommaso is this generation's diamond when it comes to just being taken care of, in the sense of being taken care of for the storyline's sake and for the match sake, because he's just a great worker. Especially coming back after that neck injury, he had definitely got something to prove, and he's been doing that. And he's been consistent, especially since that Vince is now gone.
Ciampa?
Now we can have fun with Ciampa. Now we can have fun.
Have you noticed how he's gotten like a lot leaner?
Yes. Yeah, he's a different animal now.
Another thing,
almost like a 205 guy now.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to touch base on is they did not pipe in crowd noise tonight.
No, that's another great point too.
Because Houston was dog shit.
They were
I'm
dead.
sorry, they were absolute dog shit. And I mean, they went to Houston, but they got the Corpus Christi group to come out there and not interact at all. It was so bad. But I'm happy that they did turn off the crowd noise, because at least it was genuine that they didn't interact.
Yeah. Kind of like Ric Flair's last match last night. It felt all like that. Like sometimes people cheered loudly for a second, but then for a lot of times it was just dead, and that happened last night.
Here's a great example of that. So Montez Ford versus Seth Rollins. At first, you get the crowd noise and they're getting in the first couple minutes of the match. Then we get into the middle of the match. They're on their hands. They're sitting on their hands. I'm like, guys, you're watching two great workers.
Well, I mean, Raw sucks too,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, dude, the crowd just practically crapped on the match as if it didn't matter. You were first about it when they were on the microphone and they were hyping you guys up, and then all of a sudden you're just like, God, we don't care.
Yep.
What is that? Come on. And the funny thing is, Texas crowds normally are decent crowds. Houston was just weird out of all the crowds, and I really get a sense that even with Booker T coming out and he was on commentary, of course he got a pop, but even during that triple threat match the match between, I believe it was AJ and Tommaso. I mean, again, there was more emotion out of that match than freaking in the first couple matches that we had on the card in terms of just appreciating it. Now, I forgave it in a sense where sometimes even during the Attitude Era, there were matches that people were sitting on their hands for, but depending on what happened in the match, whether it be a screw job finish or whether it just be, whatever, as far as the ending goes, it made sense for them, the crowd, to come back. And the crowd did start to come back a little bit, but not much. So
you can even tell that the crowd was getting bored.
Oh, dude, I would think, yeah, that's probably the case. But then again, if you're buying a ticket, regardless of how much it is, I am making noise. I'm making my opinion known. And if somebody else is not doing it, well, I'll be the only freaking person doing it, even if that means I'm not on camera.
Well, or you'll get drunk like me. I got drunk and pretended it was awesome.
That's what I was going to say. And usually around a certain time, they stop selling beer right before the last hour.
Yeah, this was
and then if it's going to get popping again, they'll fucking start pouring it out again.
They were in full casual mode, as far as I'm concerned. This was a weird crowd. Yeah. The show wasn't that great either. Like I said, 5.5 or 5 out of 10 for me. So, what were they going to get excited about? There's no major stars.
I mean, all
the major stars are injured.
Right.
Or not enough heels in the sense of taking them legitimately, right. Which, by the way, let's give a shout out to the ladies tonight. They held it down for what it was worth.
They were almost every segment for 3 hours running.
But here's the reason why.
I don't know if that's
Here's the reason why. Becky's injured. Bianca's on her own. She needs 2 partners. Alexa Bliss and Asuka fight it off. They need to build that so there's basically a double DQ. Bailey, Sky, and oh my god, I'm just blanking out on her number.
Dakota Kai.
Yeah, Dakota Pack. They all interfere and they set that up. Bianca comes running out. I want one of you. Then they have the match. Then
all you're doing is telling me all the stuff I thought was boring, and now you're telling it to me in written form. It was all right. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't very good. It wasn't terrible. It was I thought it was decent. But again, there's no stars. So for that segment to be the main focus of the show, yikes to me.
I mean, but here's the thing. Becky's injured.
Yeah, so what? Who gives a shit if Becky's... What the fuck does that matter? Who cares?
I'm just saying...
Wait a minute. They have to write her out real quick. So
hold up.
Yeah, but Becky's not good either, really. So it's what? They have no star power.
Wait, good as what, though?
She's not She's not that big of a draw. Or interesting.
Never drew a damn dime.
She's not interesting. All I saw for the past 8 weeks is everyone be like, man, I fucking hate her stupid outfits. That's all I ever see people say about Becky.
Yeah.
So she got a reaction. So no different from when Roman Reigns was like, a couple years ago, we all hated his guts because he was forced down all of our throats. Same deal.
Yeah, fucking X-Pac heat.
Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think
Xbox
it's.
and she still was over regardless.
No,
because she got a reaction.
She's over with like a few people.
Sasha and Naomi.
What?
I heard rumors that they're going to be on SmackDown on Friday, but that's just rumors. But
I mean, there was rumors. Who knows? Like, it doesn't matter. They're not big either. No one's a star. No one's a star. That's what this is. No one's a goddamn star. But
what happened to Rousey? Is she not coming back again?
Rousey
she's suspended. It was announced earlier that she was suspended via storyline.
Yeah.
There's no stars.
Yes.
Well,
there's no heels. We need more heels.
Which Joe also kind of further feeds into your theory about them possibly selling the company. If there's no stars and there's nothing to build,
No, I think they're
why
selling.
is that?
I think they're selling. They got rid of Vince because they're, oh my God, we're getting close to selling. You can't be involved in this. Get out of here. That's what it is. Although if they weren't selling, he would have stayed. He would have been like, fuck you, I'm staying.
Vince did that to himself.
Who would want to buy the WWE if there's no stars
I'm
to go
telling
with
you,
it?
that if they weren't selling, they would have come out tonight and said, this is a new era and it's all crazy, and it would have been nuts.
All right, let me explain.
I'm not saying they're not selling. What I'm saying is, who wants to buy the WWE when there's no
Plenty of people who wanted to pay famous B to be in 12 episodes of a wrestling show on Crackle $150,000. You know what I'm saying?
Get paid.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing. Back when the filming industries were being all bought up, and this is back in the early 70s, corporations bought them up. They didn't know what to do with a filming company. They had no idea because they never made films.
Right.
Same thing in this situation. You get a big enough market that does not know enough about the history of the business of wrestling. They're just bringing in money, and they say, okay, we need to make a profit off this, especially if we bought it for billions of dollars. Now, you're going to have a liaison. You're going to have a liaison that's going to be like your middle person in between the product as well as the people that own the product.
And what's the difference between what you're seeing right now from WWE to fucking right now? Because what's going to happen later?
Dude, WWE will sell.
People that are running it that don't know shit about the goddamn business, and they're fucking running into the goddamn ground over here.
Are you speaking about the board of directors in this case?
Your story guys, your fucking board of directors, Hollywood fucking fuckers that fucking.
Well, dude, the filming department has not done anything in a long while other than make documentaries. That's it. They've not done films.
Listen,
I think the last time that WWE got into the filming market was when John Moxley was there.
Yeah,
that was
like the 12 rounds part 2 and like that
they did that mirror fucking movie, which is fucking actually a good horror.
Oh, with Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
But I see.
They're worth billions of dollars, bro. They're going to sell the company for like $5 billion.
Yeah, Kennedy, you asked a question. Who'd buy WWE? I have plenty of people. NBC, Universal, Disney. They would buy WWE right out. They don't care.
God, it's not Disney. I'd rather be NBC personally.
Right. Personally, because at least with NBC, at least they're kind of TV oriented and they kind of know what might bring like a pop to the ratings or whatever. Disney doesn't know anything about wrestling. They don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, they just want the library, and then they would be oh god, yeah, Disney would be bad. It would be
and also the rating of the program.
Well, yeah, the better thing for NBC would be for NBC to buy it and then sell the library, but they wouldn't do that. If they owned it, they'd want to keep it on Peacock. So if they own it, they'd keep it on Peacock. And they then own the company, but it would be billions of dollars. They'd sell. I mean, this company will sell. If UFC sold for $4 billion in 2016, UFC would now sell for $10 billion.
Right.
So what will WWE sell for? Somewhere between $5 to $20 billion, like something crazy.
NBC Universal will buy out WWE and then sell the library to like ESPN or something like that.
Oh God,
they could sell it to Disney. Yeah, they could sell it.
Like ESPN.
ESPN, all due respect to them, and over the years they've had like an off and on relationship when it comes to wrestling overall. And then it's not just WWE, but even back with the AWA, even when the AWA was bought by WWE later on, especially with the library.
ESPN used to have their own fucking wrestling company.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. ESPN would feature the AWA even in its heyday, but even after the fact, they still had the tape library. And in past years, they've displayed old AWA shows.
Yep, I remember that about like 5-10 years ago when I had satellite. ESPN would show AWA stuff all the fucking time. All the fucking time.
And remember, WWE also has access, I believe, fully because they own the rights to the AWA brand and everything that went with it. But again, ESPN also, I believe, has some type of control over that. If not, they probably have tapes that the WWE doesn't own. So ESPN buying it,
Imagine
in
that.
one case would be interesting, but then the other aspect is it's going to be like being lukewarm with them. It's just not going to be a good fit. And
You all have decided to take your hard-earned money and to fund my
who's
show.
this? Oh, it's
to
zooming in
fund
your
what
anus
I
again.
do, to fund what I believe in. To fund my godly ass. JCS Army, donate to me. Zooming in your acknowledge me.
Anus. Zooming in your anus.
You have something up there, man.
You got something up your ass, bro. Oh no, this is. Oh my god. Oh no.
Fuck you, Allison.
Oh.
Sex, lips, pineapple, fuck, Van, Myers, progressive, squirrel, squirt all over my toes.
Ugh. What the fuck? Wow. Well, he just took over Allison in two different ways. Thank you very much. Zooming in your anus, because now zooming in your anus is the top dog and top donator of the show tonight.
What about
I mean, don't pee in them, but all right.
Okay, could we see Tony Khan buying WWE?
That'd be awesome.
There's no way at this point.
No.
There's no way at this point. First and foremost, as much money as the Khans actually have, at the end of the day, first and foremost, their inexperience compared to Vince, even running that on that big scale, is unparalleled. Plus, Tony's running 3 different other companies along with his dad, so it doesn't do him any favors.
So what are you saying? You're saying that the only buyer is going to be somebody that's as experienced?
Well, I mean, again, it's not a matter of like
he's going to be as experienced as Vince.
I'm just saying in terms of
what if they what if Stephanie and Triple H actually pull a Mr. McMahon and actually buy it from Mr. McMahon like he bought it from his dad?
Well, first and foremost, all due respect to Stephanie and Triple H, I don't even believe they even have the amount of money to buy the company. Even if they were given a deal.
Neither did Vince at the time.
Could it be like a payment plan?
That's what Vince did. That's what Vince did.
A payment plan. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Vince bought the company from
$1 million
in
82.
Right, but the thing was, it wasn't $1 billion. It wasn't $1 billion then. It was like probably, I want to say it was definitely at least 7 to 8 figures at the most. And judging by the fact that Tony, although that he's got great ideas and experience, at the end of the day, him and his family running that company, owning the company, there's just no way. And remember, even if he were to own WWE, Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon are the presidents, so they practically run it. They would basically be like the CEOs and the operating people of that. Plus, also, and again, Tony is great in terms of the fact that he's a workaholic, but he's not like Vince as a workaholic.
I'll say Tony Khan can't even get Rampage over 300,000 viewers.
Again, when Rampage started, it was a great concept. It was only an hour. It was basically going to be like Sunday Night Heat, except it would probably be better. But then I also knew, even at that time, I'm like, it's either going to stay consistent or it's going to sink. And it's sunk. There's been some good moments here and there, but the consistency of the audience has just been not there. It's dropped.
And your 1 million is worth like 3 million right now.
Well, I mean, again, and then we also have we also have the idea that there's going to be a shift in other parts of management. And remember, people just think like, oh, it's all about upper management, bro. There's also management, like even with the people that do the marketing in
The
terms of
water coolers might come back.
In terms of graphic design and various other aspects of the legal department. I mean, again, there's going to be I want to know if Kevin Dunn was actually producing a show tonight. He probably was, but there were moments where I felt like it wasn't Kevin Dunn's work. I haven't scoped that out. I'm pretty sure he's still on the
team. I mean, why wouldn't he be there? Because he's going through shit right now. Like, he's still there. He's in the back.
Why wouldn't he be there, Gurgis? Because they think they have him for insider trading.
Well, they think, right? They think. Is it a fucking fact? Do they have him like saying this shit on tape? Do they have any fucking kind of things on him? Because he hasn't left the company.
It could be the start of an investigation at least.
Yeah, I think you're just marking out too much.
During that, he could be.
He's not gonna go anywhere. He's not gonna go anywhere for at least a little while. He's gonna fucking milk this until they actually have something on him.
Mark.
If Vince left this early on and we still don't know why, I mean,
come on, we know why Vince left. Come on,
we know why now, but we don't know how fucking deep it goes.
Oh, we're gonna know how deep it goes within the next 6 months.
We'll find
out. Vince is like, I can go really deep.
Well, here's the thing.
We know how we're gonna find out how deep Vince
eventually. Yeah, we're
yeah. I mean, you gotta understand. Vince did this to himself, and
screwed Vince is what fucking Bret Hart said, right?
It was me, Vince. It was me all along.
What did Bret Hart used to say? Vince screwed Vince.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Sean. Yeah.
Well, all we know right now is that Vince is in a position where he has no authority or creative side of things, and at the given chance of it all, it's now become one of those cases where we have Triple H at the helm doing the creative, and then yet we're still surrounded by again Michael Hayes, Bruce Pritchard, again to a lower extent, but again it's Triple H's baby now creatively. So
I think it's Stephanie's too. So don't leave her out there.
As far as Raw goes tonight, I don't think I'm not going to be one of those marks and be like, oh, it was an 8 out of 10. No, I think honestly, it's going to take at least 6 months to a year if they're going to keep the company for WWE to get back up to that creative level where we can actually start feeling confident in Triple H's ability to generate organic new people watching the show and retaining that, because one
you don't think you can
show no it's going to take time, because Vince and Bruce and John and Kevin Dunn and all those people, they sunk this ship bad, and it's going to take a long time for people to be like, you know what, I want to watch Raw tonight, or you know what, I want to watch SmackDown, and actually like want to engage and be interested in it.
I see it this way. The first hour of Raw, I think we can all universally say that it was an improvement.
Yeah.
But just imagine 6 months to a year from now, if I just saw what I saw, and we're still able to be, let's say, okay, we're getting 2.5s to 2.75s, and I even dare say, I mean, I'm not trying to be Notre Dame over here, but if it were to be improved to the point, if it would be improved to the point where we're starting seeing 3.0s in the ratings, which would be a godsend a year from now, we know why. Because again, Rome wasn't built in a day, especially in this process where, again, now the stories are still going to have to be rekindled, especially when you got to work around injuries, which sucks. But what else can you do? That's another reason why, again, thank God for NXT, because we have new talent coming in.
Here's a way that you can get it going right away. Put Raw on 2 hours instead of 3.
That's not going to happen until the TV deal is
you know
up.
what? You know what, dude? You know what I would have done tonight? I would have had Seth Rollins and Montez Ford in a wrestling match that was unbelievable, right? They just kept going and going and going, and nobody would win, and we're 20 minutes into a match with these two guys.
Oh, you wanted them to go to the time limit draw.
No, I wanted there no time
like
limit.
Like an Iron Man match or something?
Well, whatever. They go 15, 18 minutes, and they're kicking each other's ass. It's crazy. Montez Ford almost wins, and then there's all these false finishes. They go to the outside. Montez Ford gets thrown into the post. Montez Ford gets busted open. He's bleeding.
That happened last week.
Did it?
Yeah, dude, he got busted open by the Usos last week, bro.
Oh, that's right. At the end that's right. At the end of the show. That's right. Yeah, but so I'd have it happen again.
That was boring. Damn.
He gets busted open in this match with Seth. He's fighting hard. He's doing all these things, and either two different things. Either he Dawkins causes him the loss, like he actually interferes and screws him over in the match, or Montez Ford loses, but it's like, oh my God, it was so close to beating Seth Rollins. It was so unbelievable.
And he was tonight.
Well, yeah, but they didn't have they didn't quite go as hard as much as I wanted. I wanted more. I wanted it to feel like he was in a war. It didn't feel like that.
It wasn't a pay-per-view, so that's why I said it felt like a B-list pay-per-view type of a show.
But that's why you do that, though, on a show like this. You have this crazy thing happen. Montez Ford is bleeding everywhere. You know, Seth has beat him up, but you know he almost won. And then I would have had Dawkins come in the ring to try to help him up, and he's all hurt and he's all bloodied, and that's when you have Dawkins turn on the guy. And now
I'm about to say Dawkins is going to be facing him next week. You know that, like you think, like, you know, we're not going to get a revenge angle that Dawkins is going to sit there and just let it happen again. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's stupid. Like I get that. We all know that's going to happen. So that it's like, okay, now Dawkins faces him. Oh, now you face him. It's just like that's the stupid shit that Raw would normally do. Do something different that's exciting. Like change
it on a dime.
Like so my point is, I would have had the match be more gritty, and on top of that, I would have had this guy, you know, gallant effort. Like everyone's cheering for him. You know, Dawkins comes in, and that's when he turns, and then there's an impact there. This was no impact. This was okay. Montez Ford went out, wrestled a pretty good match with Seth, lost, but he screwed over Dawkins, and then nothing happened. We're going to have to wait till that happens eventually. Or Dawkins is going to face him next week too, and then he'll lose as well. And who cares? Like, I don't care about that. It's just too. This is one of those times where it's like they don't understand. Yes, that's how wrestling used to work a long time ago. You know, but these guys aren't charismatic enough to be that entertaining for that long. So you got to just do stuff with these people. Montez Ford isn't The Rock.
We can't just keep on having gimmick matches in order to be like, oh my God, this will bring the most out of it. If you can't even do that in a non.
What's the gimmick? What gimmick? What's the gimmick?
No, a gimmick match. Like, for example, you said you want more intensity, you want more of this, you want more of that.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about a gimmick though.
It doesn't have to be a gimmick though. You could make it gritty without bringing a gimmick into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would also say though, if you're gonna make it like bloody and stuff, you know, there has to be like a reason why that's being brought in. You can't just bring in grit for grit's sake. You know, I would, you know, I don't know how you would do that, but I would agree. Yeah, there should be more grit.
Hard way.
There should, yeah, but.
That would be really gritty, hard way, like just fucking like what Brock Lesnar did to fucking Randy Orton.
No, shit, yeah, that's right.
If you, I don't even need it. Doesn't. I don't need that. You know, they could have been no blood, and it could have just been a better match. It just wasn't good enough to make me feel sympathy for Montez. I just felt like they had a pretty good match, and he lost. Well, you know what I mean? I didn't feel like, wow, this guy just stepped up another level. They tried to say that on the announce team, and I didn't, maybe I got to watch it again, but I didn't feel that way. But there's been other times where I have felt that way when they've propelled somebody, and even though they lost, it felt like they kind of won, or at least, you know, they like moved up with attributes. I didn't feel that here. I just felt like Montez tried and lost. You know, I feel like I've seen Montez lose this way before.
Well, again, him as a tag team with Dawkins were losing like this before.
Yeah.
So again, it's
you know,
still...
they could have an opening next week, and Montez and Dawkins go out, and Dawkins just trying to console Montez, and Montez is like, you know, this shit always happens, and you know, even when we're together, we're always losing. I think it's time that you're the reason why we're losing and why I'm not confident myself. Fuck you. And he
we're gonna get that.
What you do is Dawkins actually wins next week, and so all this talk about Montez is the one that's better and all this stuff, and now Dawkins is like, well, I beat Seth Rollins, you didn't, and you're the one that gets pinned, whatever the fuck. So yes, they could be going in that sort of direction, like, oh, I beat him, you didn't, you're the one. Everyone says you're the next thing, and because I think Dawkins is the one that should turn, keep Montez the face, but. Yeah, I don't know, but again, my point is, I think, and listen, if you don't want to do this, like rush this, right? Fine, because now I can do this with other matches tonight. I can do this all night with everything. It's not okay. So leave this the way it is. It's a slow burn. You don't want to rush it, even though it's a new era or whatever you want to call it. Okay, well, make the women's thing a little more interesting. Because right now it's a bunch of lower and mid card stories. And AJ,
Janelle Banks brings up a great point. It's a test match for Montez. This was all just an experiment.
I agree.
For the idea of how is he going to do within these shark-filled waters as a singles? And yes, we are going to get that.
Not good.
We are going to get that match between Dawkins and Montez. But as of right now, again, all these guys are trying to learn how to be stars on their own. It's again. When Austin first came in, was he a star on his own? They gave him the freaking $1 million man gimmick, put the $1 million belt on him, and then they shed it.
But again, that I don't understand that comparison. He was a star in WCW.
Yeah, but that's WCW, and then towards the end of his WCW run, they didn't know what to do with him.
Austin was booked better as the ringmaster than the Street Profits.
Honestly, I would break Dominic and Ray.
Dominic and Ray, they're boring at this point.
They're boring as shit, and if they could have turned Dominic heel tonight and they didn't, they're not going to. They're not going to.
Yeah, they don't want to do that.
They don't want to.
You know what? I honestly don't want to see that. I don't want to see Dominic turn on his dad. It's not believable to me. I don't want to see that.
Mysterio going heel, yeah.
Yeah, now if Judgment abducted Rey Mysterio, or rather Dominic Mysterio, and then used some kind of spell thing on him, and they started doing some kind of supernatural shit, and like he was like going after his dad, and you know what I mean? Ray was like, "I know you're in there, Dominic," and he's like, "Fucking, I'll kill you." You know what I mean? Like I would much rather. I will take that. I will take that over this. I know. Come on, Dominic. Why would you do this to your family, la familia? And he's like, they tell me
honestly,
to do
Dominic
this.
looks more like Eddie than he does Ray.
You're supposed to be my son.
There's the angle right there. Fucking.
You're supposed to be my son.
We're saying the paternity and
Dominic is
on a pole match.
Dominic goes, hey. Dominic is dead. That's what he says. You know, and he's like. Now he's all in black. He's all in black, and his eyes are white. They give him white contacts, so he's all white eyes. And he starts dressing with like Pentagon Jr. or something. And he goes, I am now like somebody, like I don't know, like and dude, do the fucking the what?
I am now La Parka.
Oh my god,
I swear
dude!
to God, it's gonna be like the Batista thing with Mysterio number.
I'm sorry. Listen, I would rather see what I just said rather than like he turns on his dad for no real, you held me down, Dad, or whatever bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to see any of that. You know? How about and I'm telling you, I swear to God, dude, because Dominic Mysterio. You know, right now that's kind of everything was boring with the Mysterios. So, but again, there's another tag team, right? So how about he could be Fantasma de Hilo or like fucking or like Ghost of the Father or Ghost of the Son. You know what I mean?
Well, then here's the other element too: is the moment that they split Ray and Dominic. That's the moment Ray's packing it up and going home.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Yes.
Why would he? Okay, yeah. They would have even if Dominic
Dad,
were to go heel.
Now, Dad, I am Fantasma del Odio.
Why not just call him Dominic Guerrero?
Oh my god!
Oh my god,
Dad, I've got something to tell you.
Come back to be.
Mom has told me that I am no longer Dominic Mysterio.
Guerrero come back and be the manager. Have
Dad,
Chavo
I
manage him.
am Dominic Guerrero. Like,
Even the Guerreros are going to be like, yeah, we did not adopt.
No, he's Hoofing Tooth's kid.
Shit.
Juice.
Going on day 34 of beating my dick 6 times a day.
Whoa.
My cock is purple now.
Wow.
Refresh cola.
You need to find a new hobby.
You know what? Get the right oil. You're going to be great, bro. But I'm telling you, that's just one change that I would have made to make this show better tonight. Can you imagine fucking Fantasma de Odio or something like that?
Oh God, no, plastic
come on.
flow.
Dragon.
Pyroplastic flow. That's what he would be called.
I like or like semen or like the wet dreams of the father or something. You know, whatever.
It says the last name does say Guerrero, but the first name says.
You raised a piece of shit.
No?
Fox wants to buy out Fox Channel.
Or you can call
Fox-
him El Diablo instead of Dominic.
El Diablo. Like that's probably taken though. Yo. Dominic.
That was perfect timing, by the way.
I am now Dominic Diablo.
My last name is Guerrero, but my first name. You raised a piece of.
Dominic Diablo.
There's something going
on.
What space? There's something
Allison Tuckwa.
There's something weird kinda happening, strange kinda happening, things are kinda happening.
Fucking
What
something's
the fuck
fucking
is
happening.
Aliens.
Vikings fan. I'll always have more viewers than you.
Good.
Not me. And you're not you.
Oh, I'm fucking crazy. Split
Personality, Scott McKinnon.
Whoever you are, you can suck it. Whoever's investigating Vince McMahon, and when they leave, they can do random checks without them knowing. And come we don't, Norris will be surprise checks on Vince McMahon and whoever's working there.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait a second. You want to do surprise checks on Vince McMahon?
Wait,
Allison.
have to bend over?
Wow.
This is such good shit.
This is some damn good shit, let me tell you. Let me see, Allison. What are you saying here exactly? I don't know.
It's like decrypting like a code or something like that. I can't.
Yes. I agree. I'm not sure 100%.
You just have to swipe your credit card through the credit.
Chuck Norris?
No, I
Chuck
think
Norris.
I think she wants. You know how like when you're on parole and shit, they come and randomly drug test you.
Oh, yeah.
I think she wants something like that.
To check Vince, make sure he's not. Yeah, make sure Vince isn't relaying everything to run Raw. That's what's really going on. That's a great. There you go, Allison. Yeah. How do we know Vince isn't radioing all his shit? It does. It almost felt like that tonight.
I thought she meant like he was hanging himself in a cell.
No, I think I know what she means now.
It would be funny. I can picture it now. Vince McMahon in his mansion in Connecticut with a walkie-talkie, and it's on the table for Triple H's singing.
He's like the baseball manager that gets ejected, but he's in the back calling the plays.
Yeah, he's literally like the Don Corleone of the whole fraction.
Real quick, today I was watching AEW Dark, and there was remember the time
Oh,
you were telling me
you're the one guy who was watching that.
Yeah. The other day, remember you were like, they need a mod?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you should have saw the shit that they were posting today.
Oh boy.
It was like, oh man, it was just said R.I.P. Joe Rogan, and then the other one said Tony Khan's a Chinese asset.
I've seen my address in there before. I'm gonna sue AEW. I'm gonna sue you, AEW. I mean, like, get a fucking mod, man. Hire me as a mod at least. Come on.
One thing I really did
hire him as commentary because, quite frankly, your commentaries are going to shit.
Another thing I really liked about Raw tonight was that video package they did on the U.S. title and how they made it look like how it was just
made
really
it look
cool.
relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, we also do that for the Intercontinental title also on SmackDown. We could do the whole mirror thing. Like when I saw that package, I'm not gonna lie.
Allison's back on top. Sorry, Allison's back on top. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Mustafa.
Oh,
I'd never thought of her to be on the bottom. At any rate,
yeah.
No, but I want to see this with the Intercontinental title too on SmackDown. Do the exact same thing. Not maybe triple threat matches. Maybe just do some one-on-ones, or maybe even do a King of the Ring style like tournament for it, and just make it interesting, and then bring those belts back to prominence.
Right.
And kind of like, because again, I want every championship that they have to matter in a way, in terms of like, besides like the world heavyweight titles as well as.
The last time I gave a shit about the IC title was, I think, back in 2015 when The Miz had it.
Oh, no, 2016.
2016 2016. When The Miz had it and they were on Talking Smack, and Daniel Bryan was like, if they would let me come back, I'd come back, and he gave that like fucking like S tier promo on Talking Smack. That's the last time that I actually gave a shit about the IC title.
Well, I remember how he won it. It was in a Fatal 4-Way on a pay-per-view, which, by the way, one of the best Fatal 4-Ways I saw in a long time for the IC belt, let alone. And The Miz was playing the chicken heel, and and he came through the back door and won it. 1, 2, 3. So I think Sami Zayn was in that, as well as Kevin Owens was in that, I believe, and it was crazy. I actually want to look back at that match because it was actually really good. But that was the year where I felt like that's probably was the last year the IC belt really had prominence, especially when that belt was actually defended weekly, even a year before that with Cena constantly wrestling every week with it.
And who was behind the creative?
Cena never had the IC belt.
You're thinking United States title, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but you know what I mean, though. Like, that belt, even the Intercontinental belt, was actually defended, I believe. Like,
at that point, when Cena took over the United States belt, he propped that up way ahead. That became the number 3 title in the company because of that, and so. But now,
think of it. Why didn't Cena ever get the IC belt?
Probably didn't have time for it, or maybe he was on his way out. Plus, I think the U.S. belt was on Raw. The SmackDown had the IC belt.
We got to remember, right before that, the U.S. belt was dead, like more dead than the IC belt. So honestly, the United States title needed that. So Cena, that was one of those cases where not only did the belt didn't make Cena, Cena made the belt, and after Cena made the belt, then the idea of defending it every week like he did in the Open Challenge thing, that also helped make both of them and make the belt even stronger. And then they took a shit on it right after that. But they tried for a little bit.
Seth Rollins took it from him, if I remember correctly, at SummerSlam. So, and I was there actually at that show. So it's
after that. Again, though, I think it went to. Didn't it go to Owens though after that or something like that? And
something like that.
And it was pretty good for a little bit, and then it started dwindling away.
Oh, that reminds me. Kevin Owens was right, by the way, because Texas is America's ass. Because of tonight's show, how Houston was terrible. And that was going around Twitter. That was funny.
Yeah, he was pretty much right. He called it.
Yeah, he called it.
Montez Ford, not impressed. Sorry. Nope. Oh man, I really wanted to love Montez, and this just, show us something. But they tried to. The wrestling was a step up tonight. I mean, you can't again. It was a step up. I was giving Raw 2s, 3s, and 4s. Tonight
stepped up a lot from last week. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, last week was a dead fuck you show.
But besides the intro and the first segment, absolutely.
Yeah. So tonight, I mean, at least I felt that there was at least an hour and a half of they tried something. But
if we had last week's crowd. The New York crowd. If we had last week's crowd, I would have given the show a higher rating just for the crowd alone.
Oh yeah. I would have given the show. Like a 6.5 if the crowd was actually fucking decent. The fact that the crowd was as dead as it was, I think 5.5 is more than generous for what we got tonight.
I gave it a 6 mainly because the first hour entertained me. I like the stories that are being developed because remember it's a reshuffling of the deck on all accounts.
Yeah,
and it's not like
I'm giving it a 4.5.
Yeah, I mean I'm giving it a 6 mainly just because I like what I'm seeing, and if there is going to be consistency, which obviously Hunter will have.
You know what?
That's why I think I think the show is just missing like A little bit of that. You know, like there's a little bit of showmanship I would have liked to see. Like, I don't know if Triple H is ever going to come out or do anything really, you know, but I would have liked to see him come out and make an announcement, or Stephanie come out and do something, and then maybe a couple little things, a couple little extra things. See, and like Brian in the chat says, Joe, it will take time for them to improve fully. I agree with that. That's true if that's the route they're going.
Do stuff right now.
Yeah, do stuff now that's better. It's even better.
Real quick, I'll tell you why the fucking crowd probably sucked today.
Why is that?
Everybody was probably at the Astros versus the Boston.
Oh yeah, the baseball game.
No. I mean, come on. Even with
there's
that,
150 baseball games.
You bought a ticket in advance to go see wrestling. I mean, come on, that's not going to disturb like the baseball side of things.
I get my tickets late. I get them after the fucking.
But come on, like you got.
You fucking bought a fucking ticket to a professional wrestling show where it's almost encouraged that you make noise and are rowdy. And if you're not going to do that, you might as well just sit at home and watch it on the USA Network.
Especially since within the past like number of months, they've been going back on the road hard like they used to. And especially there's certain areas that they haven't been back yet. I think Houston, I'm not sure if this was the first time they've been back to Houston, maybe for like house shows and stuff, but this is like the first time we've had like, I think probably a big crowd in Houston since the pandemic started. So like, why wouldn't you be loud? I mean, dude, when AEW came to the Prudential Center, after a year, which by the way, the week after, the week where they started, where they were going to go down to Daly's place, they were supposed to be in Jersey, you know, for Blood and Guts,
right?
The first one, and then that's why the Stadium Stampede came about. And I was thinking about going to that show, but then next thing you know, the whole world shut down. Next thing you know, they come back September. Adam Cole debuts. I'm there, and the crowd was electric. This in comparison,
well, the times that I fucking gone to WWE, they always tell you to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. When I went to AEW, I was standing on the fucking goddamn chair going crazy.
I agree with Garza. Joe, you might be able to agree with it or disagree with it. AEW is a lot more friendlier to its crowds.
I think that AEW is a little more inexperienced with how to handle crowds. You know, like the building security is the building security, depending on where you are. But I think AEW does have a different, you know, they're not as experienced. Like WWE knows, like when someone starts doing something weird somewhere in the crowd or wherever, it's like they know what's going on. You know, they're not stupid at WWE. I think you can get away with more at AEW. And I think sometimes people have been kicked out of AEW too. It just takes them a longer time to do it. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm sure WWE had some more sillier rules than other people. They're a PG show too. So if you have a sign that says fist yourself, you know, they're probably going to grab it. AEW probably wouldn't. Maybe, but they might.
If you're going to be end zone the crowd, they're going to grab you.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, but yeah, what is it, Rostov?
I was going to say, Wandi wants to know, are they still PG?
They are right now.
For now.
For now.
PG.
Again, this is all what I was talking about. I wanted to have this big, huge reversal tonight. It's like the night after SummerSlam, so you know you're going to have a little more viewership than usual. So there is no better time than tonight to launch something and get everybody talking. And
well,
so
the first hour, absolutely they did.
No, because they didn't.
14?
They should have had all this stuff create, like it should have been a big thing. So I'm telling you, your viewership is down next week. So you lost already. So there's gonna be probably, I'm gonna guess at least 200,000 less viewers next week than there were this week, right? So I would believe. If I'm wrong, I'll talk about it next week. But right now, to me, you just threw away. I mean, now to them, maybe not, because they tried to do it seemed like they did some stuff with wrestling tonight. But again, I don't think it's enough. I think to appeal to the wrestling fan, yeah, some of those people's ears are perked up for next week. I agree. Mine are. But for the fan that's really just about looking for that sort of shock factor and fun, whatever attitude times, you know, that person is like, oh, back to same old shit, and they're turning it off. And they won't be here next week. Now, I'll be here because I'm a mix of all of it. And I'm doing the show, obviously. But it would have been nice to get all of it. Now, they did something better. right? Last week was like a 3 out of 10 show. It fucking sucked. And tonight, I believe, was a 5-5. Maybe a 6 for some people, but I'm giving this a 5, which is good. That's better than usual. So they went up. They went up higher than usual for me. They got a higher rating for me than usual. I'm being a little critical, maybe. But I don't know. They're missing a few things, and I would have moved faster because I think some things they need to see. Like it's like DX, right? When Shawn Michaels lost at WrestleMania 14, the next night Triple H is like, "There's a new thing going on, and we're gonna go to Family, and out comes X-Pac, and they're taking over the world tonight." And you're like, okay. And then later,
I get it.
And they raise hell the whole night, and you're like, wow, something is going on here. You know, that's the type of feeling you want. You want the feeling of something's going on here. They tried to do that a little bit with the Bayley thing and the women, but again, it just felt sterile. You know, it just felt like, you know, cautious. It felt still like WWE, like cookie cutter. Like, give me more than that. Give me a little more. Go more on everything. And announce that it's TV 14 and have some blood and do something different. Do something different. Like, have a I don't know, bro. Do a fireball spot somewhere. Like
a fireball. Oh my god, can you imagine
fireball?
WWE
wow. You just did one. They just did. They had fucking dude. They had Alexa Bliss shooting fireballs out of her hands like about 2 years ago.
Oh my god! I thought she was shooting out of her cheeks.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god! Imagine that if she shot it out her ass. Oh my god!
There's your TV 14.
That was made
right
for
there.
That was made for Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania, but he didn't do it.
Do you remember when some of the Bray Wyatt segments were the best of the show, and some of them were ridiculous.
It was the show at that point because that was the only thing that anybody was really looking forward to at the time.
Because and some of it was bad, and it got to be actually really bad, actually. But at one point it was fun, and it was the best thing, and it was ridiculous. So the people that are like, oh, Edge doesn't want to do supernatural things, if that's even a real rumor, I don't even know. But if that was a real thing, he doesn't want to do supernatural stuff. Well, you know, whatever. This what they're doing now sucks.
It's probably because they weren't using real blood.
What?
They're using. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what are you talking
the blood
about?
Was fucking black.
What blood?
The blood was black.
What blood?
Every time you would do like a blood bath. And
okay.
Edge.
Yeah.
So it was like fucking black shit. It was like black.
You weren't using real blood. I'm like,
that doesn't bother me, but because it's not real blood anyway. If you dump red all over someone.
You know what I mean? They weren't.
No, but Alexa Bliss, I think, also did the same thing in this segment. That's why I was kind of like going, like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Mind.
Oh, that was supposed to be blood. I thought that was supposed to be black cum.
No, my god!
Gosh. I can't with you right
what
now.
The hell is
what
the hell? Yeah, ask your mom for some. Just squeeze down there, and it all just links out. It all just leaks out. It all just just comes on out. You know?
Oh no! Keep going, Joe, because you got more. Keep going. Yeah, but at any rate, so yeah, I gave it a 6 again, just to be nice, but then also because again, it was just refreshing. Like I said, that first hour, awesome. Second hour, you could see by the time we got to the I believe even to the women's match, which again, I didn't mind that there was that that point where like again, it just ended up being a no contest because again, they're trying to build up the heels because again they're fresh, they're brand new faction, build it up. For the next couple weeks is probably going to be a build up, even going towards the UK pay-per-view. I mean again now it's like
UK? Oh, they're going to UK again.
They're going to UK for Clash of the Castle, I believe it's called, and Drew McIntyre is going to be facing Roman in the main event. And it's going to be unfortunate because again it's like again
might be there.
Fucking Catman fucking blocked me on my Twitter, but I have another Twitter that I have him on, and he said on Twitter today, I shit you not, Austin Theory is going to cash in after Drew McIntyre beats Roman.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
that's
again,
that man has me blocked. Same with Sean Ross Sapp. They both have me blocked because I defended Joe on Twitter.
Who else? Wait, who else blocked you?
Sean Ross Sapp and JD from New York.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah, well, they don't like they're idiots.
Well, why would you want to be friends with them?
I wouldn't.
You wasn't.
Catman.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Question. Next question, please. Mustafa.
Fuck Grim Toy Show.
Oh,
God.
Jesus, just go after everybody.
I know, right? Damn, dude, I'm gonna fucking slap you every time.
All right, who else is there? Oh yeah, fuck Cultaholic.
While we're at it, fuck Cocoholic, fuck Brian Zane, fuck the Wessel Talk guys, fuck everybody.
I can't with y'all right now. I mean, again, like I said, overall, like I said, I got.
He's your friend, Joe.
What are you talking about? I'm your friend too, you fucking bastard.
I like this.
What is happening right now?
I have no idea, but I'm gonna say that it's you done fucked up right now, Kennedy.
Well,
all right,
fuck you too, Garguts.
So, like next week, we're pretty much going to find some resolve, hopefully, within the with the stuff that we saw tonight, especially with.
I sure hope so, man.
Because Riddle, we don't know. Well, that's the thing. We don't know whether he's going to come back on TV.
His injuries, his injury's a kayfabe one, right? It's not.
Yeah. But we don't know when he's coming back on TV. Randy's out. Randy's out for the foreseeable future. I don't even think he's even going to come back at Survivor Series. Randy.
Wow, that's.
Why don't you think Randy's going to come back at Survivor Series?
I just feel like, again, he possibly has other injuries that we may not know about, other than just like the bad back.
Oh shit,
probably the longest time he's been away.
Did Owens die of obesity? Where's he been?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Owens after. When did we last see Owens? Like last?
When he was
at SummerSlam.
Elias.
Oh, the Elias thing. Yeah. Did he get
hurt?
Wait,
did a little impromptu with the NHL dude and SummerSlam.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yeah, apparently they couldn't find him an opponent for that big of a show. So
well, I mean, dude, SummerSlam. It felt like SummerSlam was missing a match, and so I don't know.
I mean, again, you could have done. I mean, again, he would have to go babyface, but like you could have done Kevin versus Seth.
Yeah,
as a
piece of shit,
and then have Riddle come out.
The people that are investigating them, they can do random checks without them knowing him and his employees.
What?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I guess they.
What's that referring?
Vince McMahon, the investigation. I don't know if they can really do that though. They can't like spy on him in his house, Allison. I don't think, unless I don't know.
Well, again, legally without the proper, paperwork or whatever like that. Plus, also, again, they just found out. Yeah, like if they knew about
it's a Federal Bureau of Investigation. I mean, it's the FBI. They could tell. I guess they could do anything, right?
They could, but again, no. At the same time, it's like they have to have the probable cause to do that. But again, that was like before they even knew. If they knew about this way in advance before the public did, that's one thing. Now the fact that they do and they say, "Hey, we're just going to bug everything that he owns."
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they can't bug. I mean, again, Vince mainly uses a cell phone. I don't believe he uses a landline of any kind these days.
I mean, what are they getting him on exactly?
I guess he's trying to. They're trying to get him to slip up, basically say something incriminating, so they can use that in court of law. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It all comes down to the fact that yes, these ladies have been paid off, and yes, Jerry McDevitt's going to do absolutely everything to point that out in court.
Does it sound like there's money laundering going on? Because they're like, where the fuck did this money come from?
Well, again, it's 14 million or 12 million, whatever it is, and in total, and this is over the course of a number of years. And God only knows there's going to be more people coming forward with testimony. I don't know when the trial will be. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be within like the next possibly. But again, we need more evidence. Like if it's just like 3 or 4, or because again, there's still a small possibility that this may never go to court.
Right.
A small. I mean, I know Dave Rose brought this up before. It was like, oh no, they're going to court. But I'm like, well, until that's been said, we're still not in court yet. We're still in the hypothesis stage.
They're still in the mode of, is there a reason to go to court? That's what they're trying to figure out right now.
Right, exactly. And Vince right now
until an illegitimate son comes up.
It's Wolf of Wall Street, and they're going to his yacht to talk to him.
Right, and then he throws the money all up in their face. But the thing is, right now, Vince has the best positioning. He's got one of the best lawyers in the country. He owns still the majority of the stock, if I'm not mistaken, still.
Oh my God, Mick Foley's back on Twitter. Everybody, sorry.
Who?
So there it is. I mean, again, like he still has influence. Regardless of what people think about Vince, especially after all the allegations come out, he still has influence in the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? People look at him as like, again, people can't split Vince from the company in the sense that, when they think WWE, you think Vince McMahon. But until it's like...
Vince might have like extra kids out there and he's paying them off.
Oh, God. I mean, again, Vince's grandson right now is, I believe, in college right now playing I think it's playing universal football up in the Midwest. Again,
he's fucking his own bitches.
Well, again, that's Shane's son. Yeah, that's Shane. And he looks like Vince. Like when he was very, very young, he looks like Vince.
I was about to say, Shane McMahon's son.
It's Shane's son. Yes.
Yeah, Shane's wife got him pregnant by Vince. Then you go. It's one of the.
Please stop.
Oh God.
One of the girls. I mean, the guy wanted to kiss he kissed his own fucking daughter on fucking Raw. Come on.
This is why we can't have nice things. But overall, I'm looking forward to SmackDown, actually, mainly just because, like I said, it's a 2-hour show. Let's see the comparison in between this and Raw.
Right.
We saw a little bit of inklings last week, especially when Stephanie McMahon, came out and and addressed the entire thing of thank you. But I mean, again, we're in better shape than we were a month ago. That's what I'm grateful for. We're in better shape. It doesn't mean that we're in the best shape. It just means that we're slightly in better shape.
God help them. God help them if the show is worse next week. I might have a conniption.
Oh my God! I mean, where is Raw going to be taking place at next week?
That's a great question. I don't know.
I'm about to look
that up and figure that out.
The ratings will come out tomorrow, right? So we'll see if it was better. Then, maybe the stock would rise. We'll see. Probably not. We'll probably see that in real time.
We might all be locked in our houses soon. If monkeypox keeps going crazy, they're going to lock us all up again. Even though we can't get it unless we go to a fucking gay orgy party and butt pump everybody.
Once you get it, you can't
get it again.
Come on,
Joe. Don't act like you don't do that.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like fucking... Only fucking 10% of the population is even probably going to catch it or could possibly catch it. But they're going to lock everybody up for it soon. I swear to God. They're already doing it.
Where at?
Hold on. I don't remember. I saw it earlier, though.
Atlanta.
Hold on. Let me look it.
It's gonna be in Cleveland, Ohio at the Rocket
New York declared state of emergency.
For what?
Where
Being a dirty hoe.
No, there was a place that I just saw that was like risk of lockdown.
What?
Oh, Joe, this was just brought to my attention. So
I don't know why.
Since that they're going to be in Cleveland, could we potentially see our Gargano return?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I would say it's
no.
I doubt it.
Maybe, but yeah, it's Cleveland. It'll be better, but yeah, I don't care. I honestly don't care. He's not.
You're really defeated by tonight.
Yes, I. This is not what I wanted to see. This isn't. I don't know.
Isn't Gargano? Didn't he do an AEW spot or something?
No.
I don't know. I don't care. Gargano's a midget. How about that?
He's pretty short.
I hate his stupid punk song.
I mean, again, at this point, Joe. I mean, again, Joe. Unfortunately, we're still a rebuilding process, and I wasn't. I mean, trust me, I wasn't expecting.
I don't think that wrestling is a rebuilding.
I know I was expecting.
Wow, you're fucked up. You're.
Well, again,
it is cutting it out.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. Hold on.
I mean.
It's just that it's like I want to go, man. I want to get shocked. I want to have crazy shit go down. But good job on the triple threat to the United States thing. I mean, that was good. But other than
that feeling when I saw fucking Stone Cold and The Rock first meet for the Intercontinental title on Raw, and they just fucking talk shit back and forth, and he told them, you're basically just a bitch, and
dude,
that's the bottom line.
I like the fucking Aldo Montoya versus Hakushi is like that's better than this. I'm sorry, I don't know.
I mean, the only way I'm gonna give Raw a 10 next week is Mr. Kennedy comes back.
Well, there's no way you're gonna give it a 10.
There's no way.
What happened to the Raw suck?
Are you delusional?
Me?
A little bit. A little bit.
I mean, both of y'all might be.
Oh boy, Raw
fucking
just
scissor each other, fuck each other in the ass. It sucked.
I miss
Why don't you
Hakushi.
go back over the border, you fucking asshole?
Whoa.
I'm already here.
Yeah, it's true. He might have
Now
been
what?
Native American. So most of his body is Native American.
He says that, but I know he's Mexican.
Literally,
He's an indigenous person like those Ontario bastards.
What laugh was that, dude?
Yeah, that was a weird level.
Because I'm fucking tired as fuck. I
That
fucking
was-
got up early.
No, it was just it was like a horny laugh you had there. It was like a very
I am
yeah.
very horny.
Man, you know what? Me, you, Chris Jericho, and Edward Furlong would make a great podcast. Gargots.
Edward Furlong.
Me, you.
That's weird. I was just watching fucking goddamn Detroit Rat City.
Oh yeah, I should watch that. I haven't watched that in a long time. It's pretty good.
I haven't watched that in years myself.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it was so good. I haven't watched it in so long. And yeah, I forgot Edward Furlong was the
funny
guy.
as hell.
Yeah, he was like one of the main guys in the movie with the 70s show kid guy and somebody else.
It was so funny. Like my favorite parts of that whole movie was the women against metal and like that whole faction.
That stuff that kind of movie would never.
Moms against
That doesn't even
TV
exist
and
anymore.
Moms Against Metal, MOM.
Those people don't even. Those kind of kids don't even exist anymore. When you think about it, it's crazy.
Targets. Did
They all
you just
fucking
say
OD'd.
Mom Against Metal? MOM? It's MAM.
Something like
dude.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
ma'am. I'm against metal music.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Bring back Married with Children, and put it on like a station.
Oh my
where-
God, can you imagine if that was a gimmick, like moms against whatever, and it'd be like a female version of like a Right to Censor S type gimmick?
Yeah. Well, that's like.
Man on a Mission.
Oh, that'd be great.
Moms
Well, no,
Against
they did
OnlyFans.
that. They did that in the Married with Children all the time. They had the mums against something, and they'd storm into they'd come into the shoe store and like protest something, like breastfeeding in public.
Again.
Yeah.
That's why
They do that in South Park as well.
Wait, what? Oh, what was that?
But South Park is satire.
Yeah, I love
I
South
haven't
Park.
seen South Park in a minute.
Well, let me tell you something. I got to get the hell out of here because it's wait. I went longer tonight than I was supposed to go. Mustafa, want to give you a rating on Raw, man?
6.
6 out of 10 from Mustafa. Garguts, did you get to see it or no?
Yeah, I did. I did a fucking whole damn reaction review. and
oh,
shit
what
like
would you
that.
give it?
I gave it a fucking 4.7.
4.7 from Garguts.
I give it a 4.5.
But the first, like you said, the first hour, pretty good.
Pretty good.
After that, it just kind of.
I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. And Cola, what do you give it?
0 out of 10. I didn't watch it.
Oh, there you go.
Come on.
Let's check in with the poll real quick and see what they said. This is it's interesting. The poll is a little split here. 30% said way better. 42% said it's a little better. And same as always, 20% and worse, 26. So 26% of you said pretty much shit. And 42% of you said, you gave it a little credit, but it wasn't the best. And 31%
So basically,
loved it.
72% of everybody pretty much gave it a thumbs up.
Yeah, for the most part, everybody gave it a thumbs up or, yep.
I'm waiting for that fucking surprise shit. So.
Me too.
Once
So
they turn that shit up to 11.
I'm in the it's a little better category because I'm giving it a little better rating than usual. But it's not what I wanted, but it's at least it wasn't worse. So that's the good news.
But we got what we needed, though. We got what we needed just in terms of just reestablishing storylines and characters, and hopefully, it's going to go upwards from here. Hopefully.
Please go up from here. Guys, I love you. Have a good night, all right?
Good night.
Deuces. Best.
You be careful, brother.
Garguts, I'm going to go watch your live reaction in like 10 times fast speed and then just make fun of you.
Okay, do it.
All right.
There's 2 of them.
There's 2 of them?
My OBS. Yeah, because my OBS fucked up. But
Your mom's tits. There's 2 of those, too. All right, good night. I love you. Thank you to Garguts. Thank you to Rustafa. I was really drunk the other night during my SummerSlam review. I actually got pretty drunk the other night on the show. I was pretty wound up and wild. Pretty whacked out. Crazy stuff. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you. If you didn't see my review of Ric Flair's last match, go watch that. Or the SummerSlam one. I mean, how could you not check that out, for God's sake? Hey, thanks to everybody who donated tonight, supported the show, or became a patron. We have new patrons. I'm going to have the new list up tomorrow. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And Sasha Banks and Naomi look like they're back in the WWE. That seems to be what's going on. So, big stuff there. Click the like button if you guys can. Thanks for being here and supporting the channel. And shout out to the person who dropped the most tonight, Allison Takwa. $49.99 from Allison. Thank you so much, Allison. Holy shit, did she knock it out of the park there. Thank you. And shout out to Todd Fair, the king of Monetize This, 3 weeks in a row. And SITH Negan, who dropped $1,000 the other night. And Arushin Chu. Arushin Chu is back. Love you, Aru, if you're watching. Spectral Citizen here. He's a new $25 producer on Patreon. Garguts Entertainment. And his entertainment is, well, it's as good as you can get, I guess. If you're high. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Let's just have
Wing! Yeah, I didn't like his outfit, and I wasn't a big fan of his promo either, the Mr. Gentleman promo.
Right,
type. Allow me to introduce myself. Are you going to fuck the guy?